everybody and nobody. We're out here ready to go. Going to start the 48-hour group build. For me, it's still an hour away, but I know East Coast people, it is now 8 o'clock, so they get to start theirs now. So I just figured I'd jump in for the live stream for the first part of it and see how it goes. Right now, I'm kind of working on the little Mustang for the Mustangs build. I just put the decals onto the hood. Pick it up and show you this still. I mean, literally just now, just put them on with the red pinstripes on to go around the black part there, and which would be the anti-glare sheet panel paint on the nose of the Mustang, just on this one, which match up with that there. We're going to probably build, hopefully get to the landing gear before 8 o'clock tonight, and hopefully get the decals put on this one before then, because it's only got a few decals to go on it. So that tomorrow, or when I, in between stuff, tonight or tomorrow or whatever, I can work on the 48-hour build. I can work on these in between time. The decals for this car, I stole from, well, I steal from, these are the ones for the Revell 172nd scale Corsair that I built in the Fleet Air Arms British livery. So I got the US markings left over, so we're going to use those on there. And then I've got also got to piece together some stuff from an old P38 Lightning set to get the number 7 off of it to kind of match the car in the video. Hey Kevin, how are you tonight? So we're getting just gearing up for the 48-hour build, which starts for me in about an hour. For you guys, it's already, you guys can already start, so I've got to wait another hour. But as long as I'm sitting here messing around, we will throw. This is what we're going to be building for 48-hour, by the way. The Boyd's. It's a quick build series. The Illuma Coupe for Lloyd Compton's shop, or whatever you want to call it. So that's what we're doing. Hey Michael, how are you tonight? Yeah, Boyd's Illuma Coupe. That's what we're gonna do for the quick build. When we get closer to 8 o'clock my time, I'll pull it out and we'll look at all the parts and stuff. There's not a whole lot of parts to it. It doesn't have an interior, or it's curbside, so there's not a whole lot of. But it does have kind of a complex body to put together, because it's the body splits left and right, and then you got the hood, the roof, and the trunk go on top of it as separate parts. So it's going to be kind of interesting to do that, see how it goes. Let's say, yeah, there's no interior, no engine. So I get the body assembled and painted tonight, hopefully, or assembled tonight. If not painted tonight, then I don't get it painted tonight. I'll get it painted first thing in the morning, and then we can get her put together on Saturday evening or on Sunday evening, however that works out the best. Keep the knife, I think it'll be easier. Interlink Customs, how are you this evening? Yeah, I think I'm going to do this in the I got that pearl yellow like I used on Terry's on Senior's build. I think I'm gonna use that same yellow on there. And who knows, we may be able to stick a Kiss My Ass decal on there somewhere. It won't be, it's not an official senior build, but we may be able to sneak. I got some of them left over, so I may be able to sneak a Kiss My Ass decal on there somewhere. I don't know how many of you guys do many aircraft, but if you do, you probably noticed lately that, let me pull them back up here. There's a lot of companies are doing the insignia with the red border on them, which is okay, but that only lasted about 6 weeks. So very few airplanes actually got that red border put on them, especially in the Pacific theater, because with the Japanese Zero being that giant red meatball on there, a lot of the squadrons refused to put the red on, have any red on their plane at all. So it only lasted from like, I think, it's either June or July 1st to like August 16th. It was only like 6 weeks that it lasted. And so most squadrons, especially in the Pacific, refused to even put it on the planes, even though it was the Pentagon, War Department, whatever you want to call it, design change. Some of the European stuff does, but said only for a while the aircraft only had that. It was only official for like 6 weeks, so very few aircraft actually got that red on it, especially in the Pacific. But yeah, useless trivia. So most of the time, if I end up with a decal sheet like this one that has the red on it, I will usually trade them out for a different set, for an aftermarket set that doesn't have the red on it. I don't think any of the Marine squadrons, especially in the Pacific, had added the red to their insignia, and only a few of the Navy squadrons did. I think mainly because, a lot of times the admiral was assigned, the carrier group had an admiral there on the aircraft carrier, so they kind of had to. For example, this one comes with decals for either the VMF 214, which was the Black Sheep Squadron, and plane number 86 was one of the ones that he was photographed in. It wasn't his actual plane because this Black Sheep didn't have assigned aircraft. You just basically, whichever one you were put in that day was yours. But they also do have the VF 17, which was the Jolly Roger. That plane actually did have the red one. Plane number 3, which was the skipper's plane, that one did actually have the red on it, but the other one didn't. So depending on which one you had, it would either be right or wrong. So like I said, I usually replace them. Yeah, there's no interior in this. The windows are blacked out. Well, they're real dark smoke. But the color is okay, but I'm not real thrilled with that yellow. So I'm going to paint it with the Tamiya Pearl. But yeah, it is. It's really dark smoke. It's not black, straight up black. I can see through it. And then I will probably paint. It gives you stickers for the some of the trim. I will probably do those in paint, just because I don't really care for using stickers if I don't have to. So we'll get into that half hour or so once we get closer to the start time for me. So the guys on the East Coast can already start now, but I have to wait. The one in the picture that I'm referencing does, because it's the P-51C from the that'll always be the Confederate Air Force, but now they call it the Commemorative Air Force to be politically correct. does, instead of have the plain name is Tuskegee Airmen, and a 23 Mustang that they used for it. They also put Tuskegee Airmen on the hood of the car, but it was famously known as the Red Tails, and none of the actually in service planes actually would have said Tuskegee Airmen on the side. In fact, this one is misspelt, but we're using that name, but we kind of hobbled together the decals that I liked. The number one's the one I liked because it had the red trim around it, and I wanted to do the red trim along the black of the anti-glare, so we picked those numbers. And then of the names that on the planes that were available, I like this one, the misspelt one, so that's what we went with there. And then I like it came with either the black and white checkerboard, the decals did, and all red nose, or this red and yellow striped one. So I went with the red and yellow stripe. So it's not actual. Yeah, the real one was built out of aluminum. That was a limo coupe on the car. So that's what we had on there. So this one will not have a name per se on it. It'll just have the colors and the numbers and the insignia. But so I'm not doing it exact because let's say in the picture the Mustang was like a 73, and this one is an 07. So the car doesn't match the picture exactly either. So it's just going to be a representation of that photograph. It's not going to be an exact match. Hey, Donnie. And if anybody is going to be doing the 48-hour group build, feel free to hop in and work on here. I think they're going to do something over on Discord as well. I do Discord occasionally, but I'm not one of my favorite places. Thanks, Donnie. It's going to be cool when it's all finished. I still got to do the landing gear and put a seal coat on it and do the weathering, all that stuff. So it's probably not going to be done until early next week. Yeah, it's only a little after 5 out there. It's 8:00 East Coast. It's 7:15 here, so it'll be about 45 minutes before I can actually start my build. But I know East Coast guys are already at it. So if anybody's out there doing that, they're more than welcome to pop in. Hey, bud, or if you just want to pop in the chat, that's good, cool too. The link, I pinned the link to the top. So anybody wants to do that, they're more than welcome. As I'm just killing time until I can start at 8:00 my time. In fact, I'll even go look and see if they got the Discord thing going. I don't know if they do or not. They were talking about it. I have to look on Facebook, I guess, to see if they have a link for it. They said they were talking about doing it, but I don't know if they actually did. If you're commenting, guys, I'll get to you back in a second. I can't see the comments at this very second. Because I'm on the Facebook. I don't see a Discord link anywhere, but We'll check again later and see if there is one out there. 68. I wish it was 68. It doesn't even get down to 68 at night here usually. Yeah, it's still 80 degrees at 7 o'clock at night here tonight. Yeah, let's say we don't get, unless it's like raining, we won't see a 60-degree temperature, daytime temperature, until middle of September usually, middle to end of September. It might get down that low at night if it's raining. It was someone likes me. It was a message from Messenger. It was from Drew Scale Models. If you're not subscribed to Drew, you should go over and do so. He does some really cool stuff. He does mostly airplanes, but he will do occasionally does other stuff. He's a really nice guy. He sent me a book this last week, which was really cool. Guesstimate where I want that. We're going to put it right under the mirror. This is where we're going to want it. We have to cut ours. Cut it about 10 days ago, and it's about due again. Ours I have to get. Should do it every week, but I usually do it about every other week. It doesn't get too bad with every other week. Our house is kind of like a townhouse, so up front there's only a strip, like a 10-foot wide strip between the house and the sidewalk, and another 2-foot strip or between the sidewalk and the curb. So the front I can go out and do with the weed eater in like 15 minutes. I can weed eat the whole thing. In the back, say just the back, nobody sees it, and it doesn't grow real fast. So about every other week we cut it. Yeah, ours is primarily clover, our yard, so it gets very thick, but it doesn't get super tall. It takes quite a bit to get it to grow upways. It grows sideways real good. It's very dense, but it doesn't get super tall real quick. You have to let it really go for a month or so. You can let it get high enough to start flowering and stuff like that. But these are a little too big, but we got to do what we got to do. These are the smallest ones I had that weren't the later red, white, and blue ones with the stripe in it, which would be after the Air Force started, when they started putting the stripes on. Let's go to the back at the front of the mirror. There we go. It lost me to. wish these were a little bit smaller. They would work a whole lot better. But they were the smallest ones I had that were World War II, so. We'll make them work. That's what they're going to look like. Okay, so I'm going to move this guy forward. Right there. You ready to come up yet? Nope. Not quite. Ooh. Yeah, probably a cold day in hell before he lets you do that again. Let you trim his hair. They remember shit like that. In fact, our dog would recognize when we turned down the road to go to the vet. As soon as we turned on that street, he would start freaking out. He did not want to be there. Yeah, make sure this one matches that one. No, let's go down a little bit. You probably could have sat there and cut that red border off, but it wasn't worth the effort to do that. Would have made the decal a little bit smaller too, which would have helped, but yes, our dog knows when we make that turn. If he's looking out the window when I make that turn, boy, he just freaks out. He knows we're going to the vet. And he knows that means he's got to get his nails cut. And doesn't like that one bit. In the olden days, when I lived on a farm, we'd have to do crap like that because there are no nails. They were running up rocks and they dug and stuff that they kept their nails pretty well ground down. And now we're in town. It's a different story. They spend most of their time in the house. Okay. Yeah, it's making my iPads. Yeah. You can make Captain Jack Spaniel and Captain Jack Poodle or Labradoodle. Captain Labradoodle. Oh, and in case you guys didn't see the video I put up today, here's the GT all finished. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. That Rust-Oleum neon green is a great color for it. It just really turned out nice. Put one of the STS decals or license plates on the back. I know the thing won't want to focus on it. It says fast forward. And I got the engine compartment there, all snazzy. And I know this camera doesn't want to pick it up. With the green and black interior, yeah, I'm real happy with the way that turned out. For $16, I'm definitely happy. And granted, any shows I'm at for the next year, you will see this thing on the tables because I will be taking it to shows. Absolutely. You can do a whole lot with the snap kit. Oh, I kind of took the week off too, Donnie. I mean, I was on for my live on Tuesday, but other than that, I pretty much have sat on front of the couch when I wasn't doing physical therapy. That is until tonight because I knew the start. I probably wouldn't even been on bench tonight, but I knew the start of the 48 hour was tonight. So that's why we're here. That's why we're all here. And we will start. YouTube threat. Yeah, I don't think so. Let me see if by chance I have it. I'll check again for the Discord. If it doesn't have a link on there, so I don't. I'll look later. When we're done, I'll see if there's anything going on the Discord server. But I don't know where I'll have to search it and see. Search Facebook and see if there's a link there, or I don't even know if you can search Discord because it's like a private network. If you're not invited to something, I don't think you can get into it. Oh, he just doesn't like it. Doesn't like having his feet touched at all. I've got that's what I use for my polisher. That little battery operated Dremel thing that's what it's for. Is for doing their nails, and he does not like having his feet touched at all. If you go anywhere near the nails, he is not a happy camper. Yep, that's what they sent me too. I'm waiting for the start. Working on little stuff until like we can start at 8 o'clock. I got the kids sitting there just waiting for time. Maybe about quarter till we'll start going through and meeting the parts type thing. I haven't smoked anything in a long time. I need to. As we get a real, um, our yard is full of pecan trees, so I just save up all the trim limbs that fall over the course of the year, and it makes some of the best smoked pork. The flavoring from that is just outstanding. I don't even use a special smoker. I just build a small little smoke fire in a Weber kettle at the one edge, and I put all the stuff at the other side and close it up. Let her go. I can smoke some pork steaks or pork chops in 45 minutes or an hour, and they're just wonderful stuff. Tenders all get out, and they have a great flavor. Now, nut and fruit trees make the best wood for smoking. It just seems to have the best flavor. The hickory, the walnut, pecans, trees, and then your fruit trees like your peach and apple, cherry, they all give you a real good smoke flavor. Just don't use cedar or pine. You'll taste like, ugh. Don't make that mistake. Yeah, we have so many pecans in our yard that the squirrels are the size of a chihuahua. They look more like prairie dogs when they're standing up in the middle of the yard. They are huge. Except for when the dog's in the yard. A dog would run 10 feet up the tree chasing the damn squirrels. Yeah, we've got a big smoker. It's a dual smoker barbecue thing where it's got the barrel like a barrel barbecue with the smoker box on the side. But it's just me and my mom around here, so it's too big to even bother with. So I just use the little Weber kettle, build a fire on build up my fire on the one side with just the tip smoking, and then set all the meat on the other side of the round and put the lid on with the vent about just cracked open, just a hair on the top and bottom vents, just barely cracked open, and let it sit, and it smokes them up real good, real good. I usually throw a piece of garlic and a ring of onion down there on the chips too. It kind of gives that onion and garlic scent to the smoke. Helps flavor it up a little bit. Black paint. I'm going to be right back. My diuretic is kicking in. Okay. I never did quite care for it. When you're a kid, you ate what was put in front of you, but never quite like squirrel or rabbit. Venison, they always just tasted too strong to me. Too much of a strong gamey flavor. Same thing with lamb. I don't like lamb at all. Just too strong a flavor. Okay. There we go. Get that. Let those dry for a minute. Hey Ed, how are you tonight?
Oh, pretty good, King Bob. How you doing, brother?
Just fine. Just waiting for the 8 o'clock to get here so I can start on the 48-hour build.
I hear you.
Catching up on my
Kevin, Split Shot. How y'all doing? Donnie Griffin. Split Shot. I don't think I know you yet. Let's see. Go to channel. Ah, well, Split Shot, you just got a new sub, sir.
how did that get turned on?
I do apologize for having been gone for so long, but when Hurricane Beryl hit, I lost my power very early Monday morning. Didn't get it back until that next Sunday afternoon. So yeah, it was miserable. Ugh.
And we just caught, it went just south of us by like 20 miles, south and east. All that
Oh,
rain from there. We had all that flooding up stuff up here, but they had all went just south and east of us by like 10 miles.
you got lucky on that one, Bob.
Because the town it's about 20 miles east where I used to work in Warrenton just got deluged. They had flash floods everywhere, all through St. Louis and Illinois. It cut the path of flash flooding everywhere. A couple dams failed, but yeah, we got like a drizzle. That's all we got from it.
Wow.
Just missed us. I mean, literally just missed us by like 10 miles.
Wow. Yeah, whereas for us here in Houston, the eye of the storm passed directly over us. So we were smack in the middle of it. Oh, hey, let me click this like button for you there real quick. Give you that big old thumbs up.
Yeah.
Because you know how we like them big old thumbs ups.
Supposedly helps those analytics, but I don't think it does.
You know, I mean,
Maybe it does. I don't know. Doesn't seem like it. One of these builds, I'm going to do the whole thing in the Super Chrome, just see how it turns out. Because I'd like it. Do the whole body, the whole car body.
Yeah.
Clear coat it. Have to get me another bottle first, though. I'm about out. It's a good value, though. It's lasted me a little over a year, or right at a year since I bought the last one. And it's still got maybe about a quarter left. I'm just doing wheels and bumpers and stuff. You don't go through very much.
Yeah.
And for little tiny details, you can brush paint it, so then you hardly go through any at all that way. But I need to get me another one here soon.
Yeah. From Friday of last week through yesterday, I clocked almost 20 hours of overtime.
Oh yeah, I used to do that here when I worked at the restaurant. They have a thing called Oktoberfest up here. Festival, October German festival that runs the whole month.
Yeah.
And I would average 3 days off for that month.
Wow.
And I'd go in at 8 in the morning and get done at 10 o'clock at night.
Well, that's all right. Sunday, the 14th, which was Bastille Day, the French version of 4th of July, the Houston French Consulate General had hired the, hey, Mr. Lawless, how you doing? And Papa.
Hey, Papa.
But as I was saying, the Houston French Consulate General had hired the Houston chapter of French American Chamber of Commerce to hold a Bastille Day celebration. And the FACC hired our company to be the only food vendor company for the event. I clocked in 8 o'clock that morning. I did not clock back out until midnight. So, yeah.
I was 3 days off in October. They all 3 Mondays. That meant we only had 3 tour buses instead of 5. I'd get the Monday off.
All right.
But yeah, 8 in the morning till at least 10 at night, sometimes 12. So 14 to 16 hours every day for 30 days, 27 days. Or am I over us out? Good strong blue for that.
What's up, Mark?
Hey, Mark. Get in there. Come on, keep hitting.
Oh, damn. And then today, my day started at 5 a.m. so I could go up to one of the 2 hospitals here in town that we have permanent stations at, load up some of the equipment and food product inventory that we'd had there from during last week when we were out of electricity, and take some of that food product over to the other hospital that we have permanent stations at, and then bring the rest of the food product as well as equipment back here to the shop. Then I had to load up for a local company that's very French based or whatever, Axons, and load up a whole bunch of stuff for doing a Bastille Day event for them. Spinning Crepes live in person on site. Yeah, it's been a day. Thank God's for the Mountain Dew. Yes, I have been very sleepy here recently, Kevin. It's like yesterday. I clocked out. I don't even remember what time it was I clocked out, but not it was not too much less than a little over 24 hours ago that I clocked out yesterday. And came up here, sat down, ate for dinner, and promptly fell asleep. Like 3 hours sitting here in this chair. Woke up from that, went over to my bed, laid down, went right back to sleep. Did not wake up till almost 5 this morning. Yeah. Well, on that note, Mark, Daniel Owen, these are YouTube channels that you can watch to help you with a little bit of your research. Daniel Owen, Gamers Nexus, Hardware Unboxed, PC Builder. Those are probably the 4 best computer hardware channels to pay attention to, in my opinion. And Gamers Nexus does a lot of case reviews as well. That's another great thing to look at their channel for. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, he's a decent one. Vex is another good one as well. Whereas the computer I'm using that I built, it's usable as both a gaming PC and an editing / content creation PC, because it's got the Ryzen R7 5800X 3D. It's got 32 gigs of RAM. It's on a X570 motherboard. The only thing is my video card needs to be upgraded. I'm on a Ryzen RX 6600. I could use a better GPU, but other than that, yeah, my system's an excellent system for both editing and gaming.
Yeah, we got about 8 minutes till I can start the Luma Coop. Yeah.
And all right, for that, I would suggest, since you don't do any gaming really, you're just really just editing and content creation, get the AM5, the AM5 socket with the R7 7700 XT is a good one. The 7900 No XT would also be excellent. It's a that's a 12 core. And end of this month. Ooh, no Intel. Intel is having massive problems. Watch Wendell on Level 1 Techs. He just recently released a couple of videos on Intel. Even their server grade motherboards are having issues and crash problems. And yeah, no, Intel is not a good way to go, Mark. I'm telling you, I'm not saying that because I'm an AMD fanboy, because it doesn't matter to me which brand I use computer wise. What matters to me is who's going to give me the best performance per dollar and the most reliability. And right now, that is AMD, sir. Intel right now is just all kinds of problems, especially with their 13th and 14th gen. You definitely don't want any of that. Well, I mean, and I understand that up through around the 12th gen of the Intel processors, yeah, they were fairly good stuff. But here recently, especially with their 13th and 14th gen, like say the i9, the 13900 and the 14900, yeah, no sir, you couldn't pay me to own one of them right now, because even because Wendell on Level 1 Tech did a deep dive into the recent Intel issues with the 139 and 14900 processors, and he's got contacts in the data center. He's got contacts in various data centers, like servers and type stuff. And even the gaming servers that are running W series server grade motherboards with the 13 and 14900Ks are having almost a 100% crash rate. Whereas the data center server systems that are running the AMD processors, and I'm talking the 16 core, the big daddies, out of, I want to say, I want to say he said something like, out of a couple of thousand crashes, I think maybe 4 of those were AMD. Yeah, and 1400 is nothing more than a refresh of 13th anyway. The 14th gen, that's just a 13th gen refresh. It's not really a gen, but either way, the 13.9 and the 14.9 are having massive stability issues. Friend to friend, brother, I honestly cannot recommend going with either of those processors. I can't. I mean, it's like my current one generation previous. That's not a bad processor, but I think dollar for dollar, I think the AMD dollar for dollar equivalent would be a better one. But just personal opinion, based on research that I've seen, various bench testing and whatnot. So, yeah, I mean, all right, Mr. Bob, it is 1 minute after 8 p.m. You may start your
Yep, it was 8 o'clock on my clock over there. So we're gonna just finish putting the landing gear on the Mustang. Right on time. Get that over here where it's level. Yep. And we can get into the Aluma Coupe.
Oh, nice.
This is what we're doing. The Testors Aluma Coupe.
Nice.
Let's meet the parts, shall we? Here's our body sections here. Basically, you get
Yeah.
Glued up, and then you put a support in between them.
I'm not gonna bother trying to do a 48-hour group build entry this year because I have to work tomorrow. So there's no way I'd be able to do it.
I figure if I get this into paint tonight, then I'm golden on this one.
Yeah.
And there's the body. You got the trunk and the hood and the roof section. Looks like headlights and mirrors. On this sprue, we have the wheels and the suspension, brake parts, the front grille. It has chromed headlights, so we'll have to deal with those. And then this bag is empty. The glass is not black, but it is smoked because there is no interior on this kit. So let me grab this. So it's smoke, but it's not black. It should be dark enough that you can't see inside anyway.
Yeah.
And it does come with stickers for it, but I doubt I'll be using those. I doubt seriously I'll use any of those. And there's our tires right there.
Nice.
But they don't look near. They don't look near wide enough for those wheels. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not quite, but we'll see. If not, I've got other tires to put on there. Wheels or indoor tires I can put on it. Because those tires do not look wide enough for those wheels. The back ones do, but the front ones don't. Let's see. I guess they are. Yep, they'll fit. In the back ones, I'm sure that will be all right. They sure didn't look wide enough, though. And those are our wheels and tires. So I guess 8 o'clock we can start.
Nice.
Back in here. So I'm assuming I'm gonna get the body all put together and painted because the windows go in from the outside. Everything goes in from the outside, so we're good there. Should be able to get all the parts put together in one piece and then paint it. Alrighty. Okay. Yeah, I picked this one up at a show. I think I paid $15 for it. It's like there was another guy had another kit that I wanted, And I figured, well, if I grab that up, maybe I can get a discount on 2 of them. And yeah, so I got this one. I think they were $20 a piece, and I got both of them for 30.
Well, that's not bad.
So I got $5 off on each one. So but look at that. I got the $30 kit for $30, and I got this one for 10. So, or however you want to look at it,
Right.
however you want to glue those together. I always try to do that every time. If you find one kit you want at a dealer, try to find the second one, because you're going to get a better deal usually. Glue on this.
What's up, Jason?
Yep. Time to start, Jason. Central Time Zone people can start their 48-hour bill. They talked about doing a Discord live stream and having the room open for the whole 48 hours, but I couldn't find it. So I don't know if they're still doing that or not. I couldn't find a link on Facebook, and there was no link in on Mutt's page, or start video. So I don't know if they decided not to or what became of that, which is fine. This piece off. And we will leave that tape in there permanently. Hold the seam together because you won't see it anyway. The only place we need to worry about the seam is right here in the very back, in the very bottom of the front and the very bottom of the back. Get that glued up and then get it sanded. You should be able to get rid of that seam altogether. Well, what I'll do is I will sand it. And if I have to, I'll throw a little putty in there before I paint it. If not, I mean, besides that, it's on the bottom. The only place it's going to matter is here on the rear. There's a little section that shows on each side of the tail light, and a very tiny piece up here at the bottom of the front of the body. So as long as I got those looking good, we'll be able to run with it. But I will sand it and fill it if necessary. Okay, so we'll let that dry for a little bit. Put the brace in, I guess. Probably should have done that before I put it together. I bet. I'll probably bust open my seam trying to put it in. Yes, I am. Oh well. We can fix it. We have the technology. We can make it better, stronger, faster.
Put a 350 V8 in that sucker. I mean, one.
That was a $600 man reference, but yeah.
Put you a 1-to-1 350 in that little sucker. It'll make it faster. considering is that thing would probably easily sit on top the carb of a 350.
Now this could be the 48-minute build if I didn't paint it.
Right.
But we're not going to do that. Not going to do it. If I do finish this one tomorrow, I may start a second one. Okay. Come on, you can do it.
Yeah, I have to say I've never really been one for building a curbside type kit. It's not something that I have ever enjoyed.
I don't mind them. They're all right. I mean, I don't do it all the time, but
I mean, I can understand. I can easily understand the point of them, especially as a slump buster, for something quick and easy and uncomplicated to put together. If you're in a slump and you need something to get you out of that, something that's quick and easy and not complicated, you know, a curbside, especially like the one you're doing there, Bob, excellent for that. Because I mean, like you just said, if you weren't going to paint it, it'd be a 48-minute build.
well, this is a curbside too. This is a sink kit.
Oh, that one's a curbside too?
Yep. So it's a Quick Connect Revell Quick Connect kit. It had 27 total parts in it.
Oh, wow.
But I do a lot of detail painting and stuff on it. So
Yeah.
yeah, but even the modern, I mean, it's just got a flat bottom, but the modern cars are that way anyway.
Yeah.
Cars, they're slick on the bottom. I go back and glue a piece in there to fill up these where the axles went through.
Yeah.
Just to cover those up in case somebody did pick it up and turn to look at it. But other than that, yeah, it's got a, I don't know if I can't get in there.
It's got a little bit of an engine detail to it.
Yeah, it's got the whole top of the engine, but that's all plastic on those anyway. That's all you see.
Yeah.
It's all buried down in there. It's just all plastic covers. It's got chrome and black covers that go over the intake plenum and all that, and then it's got the oil reservoir sitting right there, and down there on the valve covers it says powered by Ford on each side. And that's all there is. There's nothing else. Everything else is buried in that car.
Yeah. And I agree with Mark. I mean, a big part of the problem that I have with a curbside kit is you pay the same price for a curbside as you do for a regular 100+ part Skill 5 super detail kit. But
that one was 15. I paid $15.99, $16 is what I paid for that one.
Yeah.
For that GT, $16.
Wow. You got a good deal on that because
yeah, it was $19.99 marked at Michael's, and I had a 20% off coupon, so for 20% off of that, which was $15.99. So $16, whatever. Yeah, the can of paint I painted it with probably cost as much as the model kit did.
Yeah.
which is that Rust-Oleum lacquer. Custom lacquer, they call it.
I mean, it's like you probably remember getting them for a little bit cheaper than I do there, Kevin. But I mean, I remember being able to go to Walmart and spend $15 and walk out with a kit like this. So,
Wow, when I was a kid, the 148 scale B29 kit was $29,
yeah.
and that's probably 4 or 5 pounds of styrene for that puppy, not
Yeah.
counting the screws.
Well,
And the
it's
same
like,
thing with B17 and all those kits. I think it was $20 or $24 for the B17.
I mean, it's like back at the time that you could buy something like this for $12, $15 at Walmart. A semi kit would be 25, maybe $30. All right, Mark. Have a good night, brother.
Yeah, it was probably about when I was a kid. It was probably about $20 for a semi kit.
Yeah.
I got $5 a week for cutting the grass and stuff, and I think it took me 3 or 4 weeks to save enough to get a diesel
Yeah.
truck kit. Or I built the Cuddy Sark and the Constitution. Those as a kid, those were the big ones. I think those were like 4 or 5 weeks saving up.
Mm-hmm.
Then those were cool because I loaded their hull up with glue and BBs and made sure it was watertight. And I used to take them down to the pond and let the wind blow them from one side of the pond to the other and back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Because I put all the sails and stuff on it. Until eventually one of them they sunk, and then that was the end of that. Somewhere down there in that pond is probably buried in the mud is a couple of Revell ships.
Yeah, those days are definitely gone, Kevin. definitely
Like
gone.
one of the weirdest kits I remember as a kid. I don't remember if it was Revell, Monogram, or AMT. They call them the Welder series. And what you got was the model kit, and you got another sprue of just pegs. Then you got what looked like the little Tamiya drill, the battery operated drill.
Mm-hmm.
You put the little pegs on the end of that. It had a little motor and it ran on 2 AA batteries. And you put it on the seam of the there, and you kick the button, and it started spinning. And by friction, it would melt the plastic rod to fill in the seams. It was just a gimmicky thing, but it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I built them once or twice. Okay, so this needs to go in first. Let's see that now. I slide it in. Take that off. Take this off. Would help maybe if I read the instructions. Nah, we don't want to do that.
Yeah, sometimes they can be a little on the helpful side there. Just a little bit.
Yeah. We got some seam filling to do here.
Man, my YouTube notifications is going crazy with 48-hour build. No.
Yeah, well, because everybody's starting them. That's why I started at 7 here. Well, the stream anyway, because I figured that anybody on the East Coast would be starting.
Yeah.
And
all right, Donnie, you have a good night, brother.
Yeah, good night. Yeah, I don't do my bills for another couple hours yet. So that's in there. Fill a gap. Yes, it does. Okay. Well. Put it back in. If it fits. Does it fit? Does it fit? Does it fit?
Calvin.
Hey, going? Yeah, but you get to work later on Sunday night than we do.
Hey, Calvin, you just got to subscribe, sir.
I think any of the guys down in Australia have already been at it for almost 18 hours, 19 hours. So
Oh, wow.
they're almost halfway through. Stick that in up underneath. I think so. Yeah, we'll make it work. We're in trouble now. Hello, Andrew. How are you?
Good.
Andrew, how you doing, little brother? Uh-oh.
Nope, he's gone.
You probably accidentally hit the wrong button.
Yeah, he'll be back.
All right.
Here he comes again. Hey, Andrew, you're back.
Welcome back, little brother. All right. I believe it is nicotine time, y'all. I shall return momentarily.
Okay. So are you and your dad building for the 48-hour build this year?
Yeah.
What you building? Oh, cool. Mustang. 94 Mustang. Awesome. Working on dinner too, I see, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I saw Twister.
We're building the Luma coupe for my 48-hour build.
I saw the movie Twister.
There's one. Two. Hold on a little bit. Oh, Andrew won't have any trouble. He's a top-notch builder. He can build anything.
Uh-huh.
Very good, Mark. Andrew, Marcy's here. She'll beat you up. Hey, Marcy.
Now. Hey guys.
Hey, Marcy.
Hey Andrew. How you doing, bud?
Good.
I just finished my dinner. I am stuffed.
I haven't had dinner yet.
Patience for a 48-hour build. I couldn't complete it in that amount of time.
I got some Italian sausage and penne up there waiting for me for dinner when I get around to eating. But
that sounds good. We had sloppy joes. Nice spicy sloppy joes.
it's one of the few things I can get my mom to eat, so I made a big pot of it and took some to her the other day and put some in.
Yeah, I have similar problems with Dad, so
I made up little portion-size containers and put them in her freezer, so she can eat them when she wants. And the rest I saved for me.
right.
But I got to use the sweet sausage when I do that because she doesn't like the spicy one.
I don't personally care. I'll eat either one myself. As long as it's a good sausage, that's all it matters. Okay, now back to what I was doing earlier.
I really want the spicy ones. What I'll do is I'll get the spicy links, and I'll get the sweet just ground, and I'll throw my spicy links in there
What kind of
when
car
I'm
is
making
that?
it and let it cook in the juice. What kind of car is this?
Uh-huh.
This is the Aluma Coupe. It's a hot rod.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a quick build Floyd Coddington Aluma Coupe.
Yeah, the only quick build kit that I've got is one I don't want to open. It's a snap kit of the Charlie's Angels van. I don't want to open that one. It's the only one I've ever seen in person, and it's in my personal collection, so I may never get those. All my other picky kits I gave to my grandson.
Yeah, the only kit I have is collection pieces are the ones in the tin boxes and launch boxes.
I have a few of those too, because like we've talked about it before. I love novelty tins, and to have my favorite R's in them is great.
And I figure eventually I'll just buy the regular kit and build it and then put it on display it with the tin box.
Yeah, that would be cool. And some of the other things that I really like the Star Trek, they did those in the tin boxes too.
Yeah.
I actually
I
finally
see.
got the one with the tribble in it. What, hon?
What are you building?
What am I building? I am still working on my 37 Ford pickup truck. That's my senior build. And I start things and start things and start things. If I turn away from this to do something else right now, this won't get done. I want this one to be done first. But like I said before, I couldn't. 48 hours is not enough time for me, even if it's something easy.
That's why I always pick a curbside snap type kit, even though I can improve on it, but I know I can do that in 48 hours.
Right. Well, mine have all been gifted away, so. I would have had to go out and buy something. That would have caused all kinds of havoc too. Don't need to buy anymore. I have lots. I say that, and the next payday I'll come home with another bag of them. But I do really need to try to stop because I'm running out of room to put them in places. What are you working on, Andrew?
Mustang? Mm, 9 and 4?
Oh, yeah. That's a nice car. I like that. What color is it going to be?
I don't know.
Not sure yet. Sometimes it's hard to pick a color. Maybe you can pick 3 that you really like and write them on different pieces of paper and put them in a container and shake it up and reach in and pick one.
Okay.
Try that. See if it comes up if you like it. Sometimes it's fun to do something silly to pick a color.
I thought I heard Miss Marcy's voice over there. How you doing, sweetheart?
I'm good. They keeping you busy?
Almost 60 hours this week.
Yeah, I'd say they're keeping you busy.
Sunday was a 8 a.m. to midnight.
Yeah, no. Pass. I like food, but I don't like it like that.
Well, that's also because part of the reason why Sunday was 8 a.m. to midnight was Sunday was the 14th, which is Bastille Day.
Yeah.
Bastille Day being the French version of the American 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
And here in Houston, the French Consulate General had hired the Houston chapter of French American Chamber of Commerce to hold a Bastille Day event for the French community here in Houston. Well, FACC hired the company that I work for to be the only food vendor.
Yeah, you were talking about that last time I talked to you. Yeah, that they kind of could have shared the love and had a second group come in. Just
Well, see, here's the thing though. We had crepes, ice cream, curry, and Greek gyros. So
for
effectively,
a French
four different
celebration.
concepts. Plus, we had 4 beer and wine bars. So we had over 40 employees working the event.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's art fair here this weekend, and
And then to make matters all that much worse, when Hurricane Beryl came through late Sunday night, early Sunday morning,
yeah, I was gonna ask how you guys fared with that.
we lost power.
Yeah, I figured
Our
that
power
much.
went out here very early Monday morning, and we didn't get it back until Sunday afternoon.
Wow.
Yeah. Thankfully, one of the 2 hospitals that we have permanent stations at was willing to allow us to use their kitchen space to do the food prep for our Bastille Day event.
Yeah, so it didn't ruin your party.
Yeah.
That's good.
But ugh.
Right?
I am tired. I have not had
I was gonna say, somebody need to check you for a pulse. Are you dead yet?
I mean, I've been working since I've worked every single day since Wednesday or Thursday of last week.
Yeah, that's a lot. My son works crazy hours like that too. I haven't heard from him in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, I can just look on the Chevy app and see where he is by seeing where his car's at. I know he's at work.
Right?
It's like got all our cars on the app, so I can just check on people. And I keep getting my payments for the money he borrowed to get said car, so it's like always good.
Yeah. And then I don't get a day off tomorrow either because here in Houston we have a professional rugby team, the Houston SaberCats, and they've made playoffs. And tomorrow is the first playoff game. And we also happen to have home field advantage for that game. And we are concession vendors for the SaberCats as well. So I'm working tomorrow. Thankfully,
Right.
I am scheduled 2 days off in a row, Sunday and Monday.
Yeah. Well, like I say, it's art fair this weekend, so I know the restaurant's going to be jamming because they're right downtown.
Yeah.
They're like literally right around the corner from Main Street, right where everything happens. So they're going to be jamming.
Now, will I remain scheduled off for the day off on Sunday and Monday?
If you don't answer the phone,
Now, he looked at the
seriously,
office. I know
don't
where
do
to
that to
find him.
yourself. Go hide somewhere.
Oh, I wish I
Go
could.
take a day and go hide somewhere.
I wish I could. Problem is when the boss starts calling, saying, "Hey, we need you." Kind of hard to say.
Hey, I'd like to be alive. At that point, it would be grease my palm harder, buddy. You show me how much you love me by how much is in my pay envelope next week.
Right? Well, I mean, like I say, my next check's going to be fairly decent size because, like I say, I clocked almost 60 hours in this last week.
Yeah, did you get your truck sorted out?
Yes, yes.
Good.
I finally managed to get my front end brakes redone,
Because that was a safety thing.
which not only did it greatly increase my stopping power,
Uh-huh.
but now when I step on that short fat pedal, it no longer goes whee.
Yeah, I was going to say it doesn't yell anymore. Yeah.
So nice.
Nice
It doesn't
quiet.
veer one way or the other. Yeah.
Yeah. At least it was able to cry for help. That's the important part.
Yes.
Before something really went wrong.
And then, like 2 or 3 days after I got my brakes replaced, I'm driving down the road, heading back here to the shop after an event, and I'm in the far right-hand lane, and the road I'm on is 2 lanes in each direction with a center lane for
We
turn.
lost Andrew.
And I'm in the far right-hand lane for the direction I'm heading, obviously.
Right?
And I'm coming up on a traffic light where at this point it's actually only the 2 lanes in each direction, with the left-hand lane being a left turn yield on green.
Yeah.
Well, in the 2 lanes going the other direction, this person is in that left-hand lane trying to make a left-hand turn for them. And when they went ahead and made their turn, they did it in such a way that I had to slam my brakes so hard that my tires were squealing.
I was going to say, did you stand it up on his nose?
Just about. And when I came to a stop, I think I had like maybe this much space in between me
Yeah.
and the vehicle that cut me off. Oh, I was hot over that.
I'd have missed work that day because I'd have followed that asshole till I got out the car.
That was on my way back from work. I'd already done my event and I was on my way back to the shop to get unloaded. And oh, I was so tempted to, instead of hitting that short fat pedal, step a little harder on the long skinny pedal. I was so tempted when I saw him making that turn, even though I'm right there. I was like, oh, I want to do this, but I can't.
Yeah, I actually had to reach into the drawer under the seat in my car the other night at work.
Oh, wow.
Had some freaking tweaking ass crackhead damn near hit me as I was having the right of way going through the intersection he came across. And I went in the lot the way I normally do. He went around and he came in the second driveway and came back and came behind where I parked, behind my car, and got out of his car. And whatever nonsense he was babbling, I didn't catch half of it because I didn't have the window down. I rolled the window down just enough to let sound in, and I said, "You might want to stop." He kept on going. So I reached in the drawer, slid the drawer out, and he heard click, click.
The TS
He heard
Raptor,
click, click, and he ran.
you can do. You can recode after like 10 minutes, or wait 24 hours, either one. But I usually put on 3 thin coats. That's what we're doing on this one with the TS97 Pearl Yellow. Yeah, you can do like light pass, give it like 10 minutes, light pass, 10 minutes, light pass, 10 minutes. Then I'll let it
I
go
love those pearl
overnight. And if it looks like I need more, then I'll come back to it the next day or 10, 12 hours later. Yeah.
I love those pearl paints. I'm really liking the pearl green I use on this truck. I went and got me 4 more containers of it and tucked them up in the shelf. There are going to be a lot of pearl green somethings.
Right?
Don't know what yet, but there are going to be a lot of them. That's really a gorgeous color. And I'm not a huge pastel or pearly fan, but this one, yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of neon green left to use too.
TS60, it's the rattle can, but it's really a pretty color. Now, neon, I got 6 bottles of the original Sublime Green left. The bottles, not the rattle cans. The little, 3 ounce or whatever they are. Once that's gone forever because that's the original recipe. Nobody makes it anymore.
Oh.
So I'm going to have to take it and take a sample over and have somebody make me some.
Yeah, I got that big old can of it to use, of the neon green. And I still got some of the the decals I used on the Starbuster, but yeah, I still got a big old can of neon green.
I like that neon. That neon is nice.
Yeah, it turned out. I'm really happy with how that turned out.
Yeah, like I said, on something sporty, that's a hot color. That looks really good. That card just screams pink me lime green.
I'll probably do something along these lines down the road in a silver and green because like I said, I got another set of those decals that I used on the duster.
Yeah, I gotta go through my arsenal of decals. I've got so many other things that I start giving them away again. I'd rather somebody used them than just sit here and possibly end up ruined.
Yeah, that's my problem. I got probably 100, 200 sheets of decals that are no good because I bought them so long ago and never used them.
I don't have that many, but I try to only keep what I'm going to use.
Or most of them are
I got some
train
older
stuff.
ones off of one of my friends at my club when we did our swap meet. He had a shoebox full, and he's like, $2 and you can have the whole box. I'm like, done. And a lot of what was in there was still good. I used what I needed out of that, saved a few for my future garage diorama, and wrapped them up in wax paper and put them in a Ziploc with a piece of cardstock so they stay flat. And hopefully they're all still good enough. They all look pretty good. They don't have the, how they start to crackle when they first start to go off.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have any of that going on really, so they should be okay.
There's probably some I can save. I'll spray them before I try them.
Yeah, so I did all that and I put them all in. I wrapped them all up. So
I'll hit them all with a coat of lacquer before I put them in the water. Let them dry.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that'll keep them from cracking too bad. But I know some of them are almost 20 years old that I've had.
Yeah, none of these are that old, but you can see that they've been sitting around. So I think what I did to them will be enough to save them until they get used. But my thing is I buy decals when I go to shows. And I've also, bought a lot of stuff recently from STS. We bought all the tribute decals and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff got us our Seniors Angels decals from STS for our secondary build, and then I bought my custom set plus bought the 2 custom sets that were out there designed for that. And I also got several sheets of numbers so I can use all the 5s and the 6s off of that and kind of stick a number on different builds, especially on vehicles that I know where somebody really likes.
I bought 2 of the sheets each on those Terry decals, and you can see how far I got with them. I still got some left.
Hey, Ted. Yeah, I got a bunch left. When I sent that Goose Caddy to Jimmy, I sent him some because he said he didn't have any of them at all yet. So I sent him what was left of the one sheet that I clipped a few off of.
Hey, Teddy Mayo, how you doing, brother?
He's brown. Where did I sit the black? Oh, there's the black. There's really no other detail on those. Clippers. Time. There we go. Alrighty then. Down that. And the chrome parts, won't mess with them anymore tonight. Wheels are drying.
Yeah, but that money on Friday. I know I worked over the other night and I felt like somebody hit me with a truck.
That's all right, Teddy. I got you beat. This past Sunday, I worked 8 a.m. to midnight. And because I had been crashing at my mom, little brother, and sister-in-law's place for the past several days at that time due to not having power, thank you, Beryl. That particular day, I woke up at 5 a.m.
I've never had too much trouble with old kits with the brittle plastic. It was a different plastic. I mean, yeah, it's a little more brittle than it's just a different formula that they were using.
Oh, I have some old kits.
Some of the old ones weren't
I'm
using.
Even afraid to build those. They're
Weren't
probably
even
going to crumble.
weren't styrene. Some of them were made with like an acetate type
Yeah.
stuff. But I've never. The only time I ever had any problems with a kit being too brittle to build was if something I soaked in brake fluid for too long, because that will make the plastic super brittle.
I've never used brake fluid. Even the cleaning stuff that we use now can do that to some of the plastic.
It doesn't matter to me if the kit's from 2019 or 1969. I'll build it.
I'll try, but like I said, it's
I
probably
mean,
not gonna
the
turn out
oldest
great.
one was the Gotha. That was probably right at 50 years old. The actual kit, not the tooling, the actual kit.
Yeah.
That was an Aurora kit.
Yeah.
And it was still
that Aurora plastic. Oh my god, that stuff's scary.
And it wasn't a Reeboks. It was an Aurora kit, still in an Aurora box.
Yeah, I had a lot of the original stuff. That stuff was not easy. I broke a lot of pieces trying to build that. Oh, did you see that the Pie Wagon is getting re-released?
Ah, yeah, Starfighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never built the 72nd scale one. I've got the old monogram one. I built that a couple of times, and I've got a couple of Hasegawas that I need to build of the 148. I've done some 132nd scale ones. That's all right, Calvin. You don't have a lot of content on your channel, you know.
I don't have a lot either, so. A kit called the Pie Wagon. Let me see if I can find it for you. Show you what it is.
Well, I look at it like this, Calvin. If you've got any content at all, I'll give you a sub.
Yeah, I think I'm already subbed to Kelvin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I subbed to him earlier today.
Yeah, I subbed him last time he was in one of the chats. The Pie Wagon, anyway, it's a Tom Daniels show car, and
I think that's getting reissued here shortly by Atlantis, I think.
yeah, that's what I was just saying. It's being released. They're working on it right now.
I know Atlantis has the tooling for the flapjack, and I wish they would.
I know they have that. They have the Pie Wagon though, and they are definitely turning the Pie Wagon loose. And see if that link works for you. I can't wait till they reissue that because I've been looking and looking and looking. That kit is so hard to find. And when I've seen it, it's been for a ridiculous price, and it's a horror show in the box if they have the box. So when they re-release that, I'm gonna buy 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, I actually spoke to Atlantis directly and asked them about if they still had, if they got the tooling for the flapjack, and they said, "Yep, we got it." So hopefully,
Yeah, I really hope that's their next one in the queue.
they bring that one out. Because I would really like to get another one of those. I was probably 7 years old when I built that the first
Yeah,
time.
I never had that one.
I was talked my grandparents into buying it for me while I was staying at their house for the weekend when we went to Venture. I think it was Venture we went to. Or it might have even been EJ Corvettes. It was that long ago. It might have been
I
EJ
was gonna
Corvettes.
say it'd probably be Corvettes because I remember them having models, and Kresge had models too. I don't know if Kresge is just a Michigan thing though.
Yeah, I know. It was my favorite one of those. It was the flapjack. It was just so fun. And in the way it bounced around on the stand because it came with the wire stand. With the wings flapping and the guns going in and out and the prop going. Yeah, I love that.
That would be fun.
I love
Wire
that.
that up, make it like a push button with sounds and everything.
That's what it came. I see it worked. It all worked. You put a double battery in it. And,
Oh, it's battery operated? Okay.
yeah, and you spun the propeller and it was all gears and cams in it. So the wings went up and down.
But did it have
and
sound?
guns
though?
went in and out, and then the prop turned.
Yeah, but did it have sound?
No, well, you had the sound of an old 3-pole electric motor in there, going, rah, 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 and all the gears. But yeah, and then it was on a wire stand that had a silhouette of the plane on it, so it would bounce around just from the movement of the other parts.
Okay.
It was cool. I loved it.
Yeah, so that's not one I had. I don't remember that.
They want like $200 for anybody that's got one now. Yeah, the Snoopy kits. I bought most of those out again. I got them in my.
Yeah, I like the Snoopy ones. I got the Snoopy and the Red Bear, and I'm gonna probably do a diorama. My youngest grandson likes Snoopy, so I'll probably build him something.
But I'm so glad Atlantis saved all those tooling from the recyclers.
Yeah, they saved quite a lot of stuff. I'm impressed at the amount they did manage to save.
And J.R. Savino bought most of the car monogram car bodies, the racing ones, NASCAR and racing ones. But other than that, if Atlantis didn't get it, they pretty much went to this scrapper.
Yeah.
Wow.
Think of how many they didn't say.
And there's still some, I think, in China that are caught up. They haven't been able to get them out of China yet. Some of the monogram tooling. A little glue down in there. See if that goes. Okay. Because Revell ended up with most of the old Aurora kits and the monogram and can't remember the other one. That monogram got a hold of it and and then ended up with Revell when General Mills had him. It was like Glencoe ended up a lot of the old Ideal toy tooling and some of the Aurora tooling, but I'm not even sure if they're still in business. Glencoe, I haven't seen anything from them in a long time.
I don't think so.
I know the kits are still out there, but I don't know if they've done any production runs in a long time.
GlencoeModels.com.
Yeah, I know their website is up. I just don't know if they've done any production lately.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if there's anything.
I can't. In fact, I've got some models in their build gallery.
Cool.
It used to be, and I think the actual playlist for the build when I built the first duck, I think is still on that website because they put it on there. The playlist of the step-by-step building of it. I think it's still there. I haven't been on there in a long time.
Mm-hmm. Well, it says that they have a Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton due for the second quarter of 24.
Oh, okay, cool. They're still out there. Great. I'll have to get some more of their stuff. I like their same thing. I mean,
I just went to the site and clicked the catalog page, and that was the first thing on the page.
they say they're saving a lot of that old tooling from the recycler.
And the second one is an airplane. It's the Curtis JN4 Jenny in 1/48 scale.
Yeah, I've got a couple of those.
Yeah.
I think they got some of the Resolute tooling. Or Renwald tooling. I think they ended up with some of that as well. And they're molding here in the U.S.
Yeah,
So.
and then they have the Barnstorming Jenny due out the third quarter of 24.
Cool. Yeah, I'm glad they're still out there.
The Grumman Duck
Yeah.
supposed to be reissued with new decals and new box art. The Coast Guard rescue boat is coming out. The Vanguard launcher rocket. The old school medicine wagon. They're doing that one. They got a bunch. And that's all. It's only one page worth under their new releases tab. Night, Ted.
Night, Ted.
Hi, Ted. Have a good one.
Night, brother. Sleep well. Yeah, it's like for the first couple of nights after Beryl hit, I was actually sleeping outside in my truck because I pick up my phone, look at the temperature outside, and then I'd go over to my thermostat on the wall, which has batteries in it for battery backup, keep powered and whatnot. And it was more than 10 degrees cooler outside than it was inside.
Yeah.
So since I've got those vent visors over my windows on my truck, I rolled my windows down about yay far, got there in that passenger seat, pulled the lever, laid it back.
Plenty of room to have a sleep.
And yeah, I got chewed up by mosquitoes a little bit, but at least I wasn't basting in my own sweat.
You could have got yourself some mosquito spray. That would have helped with that.
Yeah. And then finally, my mom, little brother, and sister-in-law got their electricity back, and they said, all right, yeah, no, stop sleeping in your truck, getting chewed up by mosquitoes. Get your ass over here and sleep on the couch. And when Mom said that, I was like, yes, ma'am. 47 years old. Mom tells me to do something. Yes, ma'am. Mama didn't raise no fool.
Probably 30 or 40 years before I ever said shit in front of my mom. She kind of gave me a cross look when I did it then.
I was 33 the first time I cussed in front of my mom. And she looked at me and said, son, I didn't know you knew that language. And I'm like, Mom, I was in the Navy. I know much worse language than that.
Right?
And she's like, yeah, but I've never heard you use it because I don't use it around you, Mama. I'm not that stupid.
No, this is yellow. I think I'm going to prime it first with white.
How's that seam looking, Bob?
Well, the bottom one is the only one I'm worried about, right? And it's not, well, the shadows, the light, you can see the tape from the inside, so it's showing it out more, but I've got all the ones, visible ones, pretty much taken care of. The ones back here. We can do this. The ones on the back are pretty well. They're darker colored because of the stuff in there, but yeah, they're pretty much gone.
Cool.
Work on this bottom one a little bit more so you can see the tape through there because I left the tape inside.
Yeah.
The light shining through.
Once you get some paint on it, that'll stop that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to put a coat of white primer on it first just to make it a little more opaque so the light doesn't shine through because I'm gonna plan on putting pretty thin coats of that yellow on there. So. And I've got a can of Pearl Clear, so I may shoot some actual Pearl Clear over the top of the pearl just to pearl it up even a little bit more.
Nice.
As long as this one at the back is filled, that's all that really matters. I can still feel it. I can still feel it, so if I can feel it, I know you'll be able to see it. So. Hey, Norm, how are you tonight?
Say, Norman, you been storming a little bit lately? I know. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
I think I used up all my dumb stuff on John's stream earlier. I'm fresh out. Anything now would just be recycling.
Damn it.
This is not the Styrene Anonymous Club, so don't start any of that nonsense. We all admit we have a problem, and we all admit we don't want the cure.
Ding, 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 ding. Actually, no, I do not have a problem. I have kits galore. I have styrene everywhere in this room. I'm almost, and I work on it and play with it as much as I possibly can. And my only problem is I don't get to play with it enough.
Yeah, that's valid. I'm not going to live long enough to build what I own. And I'll be the first one to admit I got a fucking problem. I got temperature controlled storage. It's full of nothing but model kits and my generator. And we won't talk about the two rooms, this one and the one in the back of the house that are, kind of cool. Okay, now let's see if I can glue myself to a part. Yeah, the super glue. Let's see what happens.
Been nicer if I had put that sprue gate on the underside of the hood instead of on the side of it.
Stink. Ugh,
Okay, I don't think that'll hide it.
that Instaset sticker shit is so nasty.
Looks good. Looks good. Make sure these are gonna fit. Or we go to paint, make sure these fit in there.
No, mold lines to a detailed piece. That's got to be the worst. But yeah, any kind of mark or blemish where it doesn't belong, yeah, aggravating.
Oh, they even gave me, I didn't not see that. They gave me smoked headlight lenses too.
Cool.
And chrome ones. If I get a choice. I got chrome ones and I got smoked ones. We will probably use the smoked ones.
I go to smoke. They're different. You chrome all the time.
No.
I already did that today. I can't do any more. I got to be able to drive in the morning. Just drive my son to work.
It's dead. Dead soldier.
I hate ejector pins in the middle of something that's major and going to be seen 10 miles away after the kit's built. Oh, that.
Yeah, like I said, and seam lines in the detailed parts.
Oh.
That's actually really prevalent in tabletop gaming miniatures. I hate that. You think GW, after all these years, did that part right?
Okay. Alright, we'll do it afterwards because it'll just get painted over anyhow.
Rod, what time do you work tomorrow? Okay.
Hey Andrew, how are you?
There's a name I don't recognize. Let's see.
Aries Styron.
True.
Andrew, he's an awesome builder.
Not yet. Am now. Well, Aries, I know you can't see me because Bob's got himself on the big screen, but Sleepy Ed here, hi. Just gave you a subscribe, so
He's another food service guy. Up there in Canada.
yeah. Another north of the border feller, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, Andrew and I go way back to the Google Plus days. Man, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Wow. That was a while ago, Bob.
The Google Hangouts, yeah, way back when.
A lot of us have known each other for years.
Way back when God still had acne. That's how long ago that was. Okay.
When dinosaurs roam near.
Look, just because most of us went to elementary school with Methuselah does not mean we're old.
We're seasoned.
How are we going? There's the next trick. How are we going to put that on the stand to paint it?
Okay, the first one went on perfect. Now I got to do the same thing on the other side, and this piece is being a dick.
Ooh, nice face. Ouch.
Yeah, back when
And you couldn't get him out of your friends list, even though you never met him, never were gonna meet him.
That was so everybody had at least one friend. That's the reason he was there.
one of these fit in here.
I've been on the internet since chat boards were stationary wall posts that everybody could read with zero privacy.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how far back I go on the 48-hour builds. Let's go back to old builds. Oldest videos. Ten years ago was my first 48-hour group build.
Hell, I was in the pilot program for ICQ. I was one of the first 1,000 users.
From 2014. That was the first year I was in the 48-hour group build. Yep, back when in the Chevy Cheeseburger days. That will work. It's just like it was made for it. Oh.
Maybe it was.
Clothes pegs to the rescue.
Always. I got those little itty bitty ones from the dollar store too. Those are great. Especially for these narrow little frames.
That dry for a few minutes. I just wiped it off with alcohol. Make sure all my goober snot was off of it. And I will remember to mute myself.
My fingers to my work.
You know, sometimes Revell kits are really good, and sometimes they're just incredibly baffling. Because
That's fair.
on this 99 Chevy Silverado that I'm using for the front portion of the wedge bed bash that I'm building for my senior build, the steering gearbox and steering linkage on the frame side where it mounts to the frame, probably can't see it in my camera there, but it has a locating pin for mounting it to the frame. Well, I have a second copy of that particular pickup, and I'm looking at the completely untouched, still on the sprue frame, and there's not a locating hole in the untouched styrene for the steering gear.
Make one.
Yeah, when I built Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, the first instruction on the manual was said to cut the locating pins off because it didn't work. It wouldn't line up right. And here he is live and in person. Mr. Eerie
Hey, there he
Styrene.
is.
Live and in living color.
How's it going, guys?
It's very nice to meet you, young man. How you doing tonight?
Same shit, different day, Northern brother. What's happening?
Oh, I love when they call me young, hey, Bob?
Well, here's my personal opinion on that, Aries. If you're alive, you're young. Ain't nobody old till they're dead.
He's not past his sell-by date.
To me, anybody born after 65 or after 65 is a youngin'.
Well, then I'm a youngin.
See, because I was born in 63.
Because if
No way you're older than me.
you count
I know.
from 65 back, well, I was born 12 years after that. So
There you go.
Like I said
I was already in
before,
school by
shut
then.
up, shut up, kid. No way you're older than me.
you see all this
No way you're older than me.
See, kid.
You're still a kid.
Hey, take it if they call you kid, it's got to be a good thing.
Right? You know, I mean, well, it's like back when I was in my mid to late 20s and early 30s. If I went
My sister
somewhere,
said you'll always be a kid.
if I went somewhere to purchase buy myself like a 6-pack or a pack of cigarettes or something like that, and if it happened to be a place that had a company policy for carding pretty much anybody and everybody, having to show my ID for that back then bothered me.
Now it's a pleasure when I do it.
But now, exactly now,
I
like if I
find
go
it
to
annoying.
Walgreens has a corporate policy where nationwide, if you purchase an age-restricted product,
You
alcohol,
have to present
cigarette,
ID,
whatever,
yeah.
it doesn't matter how old you are, they have to swipe your ID through their
You
registry,
fucking
or it will
Yeah,
not allow.
Circle K gas stations is doing that too.
And the first time that it happened was like first time I had to deal with that for me was like 2.5 years
It,
ago.
it keeps the idiot cashiers that are 18 to 30 who don't check IDs
Yeah,
from ending up going to jail,
yeah.
basically. Because we had so many people get nailed for it at my store
Mhm.
that now even we have to scan all IDs.
Yeah. And, you know, for me, the first time I got asked for my ID to buy a pack of cigarettes, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I was like, thank you for the compliment.
I
I'm
still get
45,
carded when I go in the
46 years
club.
old, and I got the gray in the beard to prove it. And here you
I
are
mean,
asking for my ID.
I
Thank
got
you
snow
for
on the roof too. I got gray hair that's older than you.
Well, shoot, I got it. The gray ain't just up here; it's down here, and well, yeah.
doing my
Over
usual thing.
there and over here. I've got age spots on the back of my hands, crow's feet that a crow would be proud of, and all of my kids are old enough to drink. Plus, I have 2 grandsons, and my hair is pretty gray. It's getting there. And, you know, it's like I get carded by people who I've got tattoos that are older than these fuckers.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. It's like,
Like, are you old enough to serve me that drink? Then I'll show you my ID.
yeah, yeah. You show me your ID, showing me that you're old enough to serve me
I
this
won't trust your ID. I want to meet your mother. She can tell me how old you are.
beer, right? And I want to see birth certificates in the process.
Okay, now we can do a little more on the back.
Okay, so that does go into the corners of that part. Okay. I love it. You do step number 11, and it's not till the pictures in step 15 that you see you were right about where the second part in step 11 went. Way to go, Ravel.
That's why I stopped doing anything but Tamiya for 48-hour builds.
I'm not doing a 48-hour build. I don't have the patience for that.
Well, that's the beauty of it. You don't need patience. It's done in 48 hours.
I cannot do a 48-hour build. Even if I had a snap kit, I probably wouldn't finish. And like I was saying earlier, mine have all been gifted away to my grandsons. So the only one that's here is not one I want to open.
Well, Mighty JJK, you just got another subscribe.
Oh, you're not subscribed to Mighty JK?
I wasn't. I am now.
Oh, you're very welcome. You want to hop in? You're more than welcome to do that too. You want to come in on the stream?
Great build.
I'm not doing the 48-hour build because I just don't have time. I got to work tomorrow.
I did one 48-hour build.
You had with the storm. I mean, come on. Yeah.
I did one where I was doing a Porsche 917K. I fucked up the decals and the paint so bad. I woke up in the morning on Sunday and I ended up doing one in less than 8 hours.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm never doing this again. This is ridiculous. But I finished one.
Well, it worked though because it got everybody doing a lot more content for YouTube. That was the big part of it.
Well, that was the idea, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say though, it got crazy there at the end.
Now, I will say that here in the next couple of days, I'll be doing my intro video for the under 1K group build.
Yeah, I really should do that one again this year. I did that one this year.
Considering as if I play around with my channel page here, I'm at 166 subs. I think I qualify.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't even hit 500 yet, but then I had two childish people decide that they were going to delete me from their friend list on Facebook and delete me on here too, apparently.
Yeah, well, you know.
Pillar my ass. And that would probably, if anybody pays attention, I just gave away 2 of them.
I don't like to delete people all the time. Oh, maybe I want to see. Nope. Not gonna.
I delete people all the time too, but then I don't add that many people, so it's not a real problem. And these people, for the reasons that they did it for, did it without, basically in my personal opinion, did it without provocation. And, you know, they think they're supposed to know me for near a decade and still don't know shit about me. And they were offended by something I posted or said. So fuck them.
Don't know what I did, but oops.
Yeah, that's
You
all right.
clicked the wrong button.
We're used to it. Jimmy does it all the time.
Hey, GB. You using your phone, Andrew?
Yep.
Yeah, it's easy to do on the phone.
I went this, and then it went this.
Oops.
That's all right. At least it started pinging again so I can hear when somebody comes in. For a while, it wasn't doing the little ping.
Yeah, it wasn't alarming at
Oh,
all.
there you go.
When somebody would come in and there was no ping. So I would be cruising along and somebody would have to tell me when they saw it in the chat that somebody wanted in.
I don't know how many
Yeah, I
times
promise
I
we won't.
knocked on the chat room door.
I
Like,
promise we
"Hey."
won't close as soon as you get here tonight. We'll be here for a while. I feel bad the other night. He right when GB came in, like right when I was closing down the stream.
Yeah.
Okay, so what color does this got to be?
Okay.
I'll put up my video for my 962 because people thought it was like, are you serious? You're going to do that for a 48-hour build? You haven't seen him doing this one? It's got 1.5 screws, pre-cut masks, and the window's already glued in.
Yeah, Lucas C's doing an F1 car for it. So
No, that's an Indy car.
right.
Oh, I think he's crazy. He is crazy. Think you can get that done. But hey, he said he's not painting it though.
Yeah, it's got the colored plastic, but yeah, still.
I'm already subscribed to
Like-
DB.
Yeah, when it comes to subscriptions with me, it's like if you start talking about I'm here for the models.
Right.
Oh, that's the wife, by the way. I watch them, but that doesn't mean I'm going to sit here and watch them when I'm watching models. Okay, so that's going to be gray, eh? Let's see what I got. Add gray. Maybe yes, maybe no. Nope. I've only got 40 paints, 40,000 paints. So sure I can hand paint it if I want it.
That's all right. I've got Rust-Oleum rattle cans. I've got a couple of Testors rattle cans. I've got a whole bunch of these
Look at me freezing up.
23 mil Tamiya acrylic paints. I've got even more acrylic craft paint.
That's fucking weird.
I've got a whole slew of these square jar Testors enamels.
I'm gonna paint to last me for the next decade.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to run out of paint anytime soon.
No, I'm good. And my problem is every time somebody comes up with something new, I'm gonna get a couple of those, and a couple more, and a couple more, and I end up with entire lines. Like I
Yeah.
have every model color ever. I just bought the last 6 of the new ones of the Vallejo line. And
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't get into figures.
too late.
It's like Jesus. Every 2 weeks, it's like, oh, we got this is the best paint. This is the best. I'm like, no, it's whatever. Getting over it.
Yeah. Yeah, because, well, not only do I do the cars and trucks, but I also do, since I play tabletop style RPGs, I do my own terrain and stuff like that for
Yeah.
those. And, I do most of, when I build my own terrain and my own everything, of course I do my own painting. So, and that's part of the reason why I have so much craft paint. And generally when I get craft paints, I'll get the 8-ounce bottles. I mean, every once in a while.
The only ones I buy bigger are the darker colors, like the foundational colors, like the black and the brown and the white.
Every once in a while, I'll buy the little smaller, like this
I forgot.
Vallejo surface primer. I'll buy this size of the craft paints every once in a while, but for the most part, if I'm buying craft paint, I buy the 8-ounce jar. Well, bottle.
Okay.
Fortunately, I don't have one craft paint in my collection. I should, because literally when you're doing terrain or doing,
Yeah, you should use cheaper paint for terrain work.
but I really like my, I love my Games Workshop, and I like,
You know,
Oh.
Games Workshop paint is decent,
Yep.
but what they want for it is just asinine.
Yeah. Well, what they want for their minis is asinine as well.
Oh, no argument there.
and you can't argue that, but you can't argue that they probably make the best models on the planet.
Yeah.
And they have some good designs and they have some bad designs, but the concept is actually solid. And like I was saying earlier, I like their paint,
I don't know.
but for
I
the
don't-
size
I
of
don't feel the
container, it
small
could be
ones.
cheaper,
Maybe.
and the
But that's
container
right.
itself
That's what
sucks.
I like the paint.
I don't like the container at all. They are the easiest thing in the world to knock over.
Oh,
There's Bob's
That was-
channel.
that was easily fixed. I bought some 3D printed stuff that you put the bottles in. I learned my lesson.
Well, that's the thing. I take all of mine, the ones that I can, and I rebottle them into droppers.
It's like, how many times are you going to
That
spill
way I don't have the
non?
problem anymore. But I've spilled Night Hunt green
You know,
once.
Gullum and
Yeah,
Flex or
right.
something.
Like a couple of weeks back, I was working on one of my models and I was doing some decal work, and I had my microset and my microsol out, and I knocked my microsol over and spilt over half the bottle.
I've knocked microset over.
Good point.
Yep.
Hey, Gary.
G'day guys, how are we?
Hey,
We're doing great.
That's good.
still on the right side of the dirt, man.
It's Gary from Australia.
Yes, kidding, huh? Like we can't tell.
Yeah, the
Oh,
accent of a giveaway there, buddy.
well,
There we go.
I'll put it this way: I'm Tasmanian as well.
Ah,
Same general part of the world there, friend.
It is, yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
so Gary, you're on your second half of the I don't know, let's say second half of 24 hours now.
We're sort of like approaching 1:00 p.m. in Australia. So it's cold, wet, and miserable. Only a toxic 11 degrees today. So
Jeez. Yeah, when
It's,
we started this out, we had Aussies doing it. It was always kind of fun.
yeah, yep. Yeah, I'm glad I can jump on.
You're always welcome. So I apologize last time you came in right when we were leaving.
Yeah,
what-
I think I had problem with the microphone. Actually, it wouldn't connect me to the microphone, so I don't know what happened there.
You said it was what, 11 there today?
It's approaching 1:00 p.m.
You didn't
Uh-huh.
charge him yet?
And it's 11. The temperature.
He's approaching 1:00 p.m. on
Saturday.
Right, but I'm saying the temperature. You said it was 11.
Oh yeah, 11.
Oh yes, sorry, yeah.
That's like
Yeah,
51, dude. That's comfortable. That's not cold.
No, because I'm Tasmanian. That's my summertime.
That's comfortable. I'd love to have that
11?
as a consistent.
I thought you
That's,
I thought your comfortable was like 32.
I can do 32. That's not a problem. But 51 is awesome.
Nah,
Oh, he's talking Celsius.
anything over 25 degrees can get nicked. I hate it.
I agree with that completely.
That's like here in
Yeah, that's
Houston,
triple. That's
Texas,
triple
right
digits
now.
for us. That's Ted's. That's Ed's world. That's not. Nope. You can keep that shit.
Sitting here in Houston, Texas, right now, it's 85 degrees out. Humidity is putting it a little closer to feels like 100 with the heat index.
It should
Wow.
be after all that rain.
Yeah,
Wow.
They got
It's a-
mollywop. They got a big ass hurricane coming.
yeah. Hurricane Beryl came through and hit us last weekend, or no, not last weekend, weekend before last. And I was out of power, had no electricity for a week.
You guys cop cyclones and hurricanes and just about anything else they can throw at you up there.
Well, and where I live, I can get all the seasons in the space of a week.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
Hey,
here in
where I live, we get it all in the space of a day.
Yeah. You're further north than me. What province are you in?
Oh, I'm in Ontario.
You're in Ontario. Yeah, so you're across the water from me.
yeah,
I'm southeast of Detroit.
we catch a lot of hurricanes and tropical storms because we're just right there at the coast of the Gulf of Mexico. And a little further west of me and a lot further north of me is where they start running into the tornado problem.
mm,
And then way out over on the West Coast in California with Paul over at Left Coast Models, he gets a lot of the earthquakes and stuff.
We had earthquakes here in the Midwest this last week.
Yeah, we get earthquakes up this way. They're just,
Yeah, we get them too.
we just don't have to look out in the back and make sure the yard's still there. No worries of anything sliding into the bay here.
yeah, we're lucky if we cop sort of like maybe 110 to 120k winds every now and then during the winter time, but that's just about it for us.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
Yeah, not too bad here in Australia.
I could absolutely live there. I would not have a
Well,
problem with
it's
that.
your winter there, isn't it?
Everything you guys
Yeah, winter.
consider a pest animal are the critters I love.
Yeah, not the only downside about here in Australia is you guys up there get a lot of models before we do. We always seem to get the newest models last in line. That's the downside.
You got to communicate with the right people. We can get them to you.
Well,
Yeah.
You get the models you want late. I get the models I want late because you get them early because you're closer to in the Pacific Rim.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on a model that came out last year. It's new last year, and it's still not down here in Australia yet. So I don't know what's going on.
What brand though? What brand is it?
ICM.
Yeah.
Really? I'm surprised.
Yep. See, 26B. ICM.
ICM stopped production for a little while, so they're still catching up.
ICM, you should contact ICM directly. They have probably the best customer service. Like, they are all about the modeler.
Okay. Yeah, I might have to do that. Get on there.
They literally will probably send you that, like, hey, you're that, and you'll get a gift.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, I had that happen once when I had a real problem with a kit. I had to send multiple requests to get things for one kit, and I ended up getting a gift certificate that was enough to get 2 more kits directly from the company for free. Shipping and everything was covered.
Nice.
Last time I ordered,
Some of them are very generous when they have to correct things on that level.
last time I ordered something from Ukraine, I got candy.
Yeah, they.
I was like,
I
oh,
always, when I
that's
get
nice.
mini art directly, they always put candy in the packages.
Yeah. I'm like, this is perfect.
Yep.
I ordered something from Model Roundup. I'm always afraid I'm going to get something like arsenic or something. Damn, Canadian, what the hell do you want now?
I've been to a couple of model shops today anyway, so I've brought 3 new models. So
What'd you get?
hang on, I'll show you. This one's
Cool.
going to a
Oh, damn.
Nice.
yeah,
Dude.
that one. That's going to a friend over in the UK. That one,
Well,
and this is for me.
very nice. Very, very nice.
And one more.
See, that's like that new stuff. We hardly get that shit up here.
Oh, sorry, what's that? Sorry.
That new and all that BMAX stuff. It is so hard to get.
It is new to me. I haven't done them before. And the Meg one.
Yeah, I've seen it. International model or international scale modeler, whatever. You know the guy in England.
Yep.
He did that one.
They're the 3 models I picked up today. This one here is rare. So
That's really
going
rare
on to
model. When you pulled that up, I think other parts of my body dropped out.
You do them yourself, GP bikes?
On
I've done 1 or 2, but still,
okay.
it's like,
Yeah.
that's rare.
I've seen that Ming BMW before because the model club that I'm a member of here in Houston,
Yep.
we do a raffle every meeting. And back in January, they had that Ming BMW as one of the prizes you could pick from if you won the raffle. And
Right.
that was the guy who won picked.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
and he went ahead and opened it up and basically did an unboxing there at the meeting place, and extremely detailed. That's gonna turn into a nice kit when you get around to building it, brother.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm probably over about 50 kits now, so that's
gonna
tipping me over to 50.
You're off to a good start.
Yeah.
I don't know if my wife would agree with that.
Oh, she wouldn't like me then.
Oh yeah. She wouldn't be very happy with mine either, because I've got
that many sitting next to me on my left side.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure when my wife passed away, she was laughing at me when I had to give away like 300 kits because nobody wanted them.
Wow.
Yeah, I've graduated into temperature control storage, and I've overtaken 2 rooms in the house.
Jesus. I thought it was bad. I had like 500 kits.
No, I probably have that many just in the house. Maybe in this room.
Yeah.
Well, I started off just doing.
I just buy them because I like them.
Yeah. That's a habit with us. It's just like I say to my wife, women like to buy makeup, right? All sorts of different makeups. This is our makeup.
Yeah.
This is my makeup, my gaming stuff. I've got wooden models. I've got the paper and wood and sculptures and all kinds of other weird crap. It's not just planes, trains, and automobiles.
I used to tell my wife, I buy you shoes, you leave them in the box. You love them, you look at them, you open them up, you leave them in the box. I buy a model, I open it up, I love it, I leave it in the box. What's the difference?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
You can't wear the model, but come on. And me, I hate shoes, so I'd rather have the model.
It's in the same line.
I'm a sworn barefooter. I shovel snow in flip flops, man. I hate shoes. I only put them on when I have to.
I'm right there with you, Marcy.
But that's what I tell her every time she comes in. Every time she comes in the door, well, every time I come in the front door after coming back from a model shop, she turns around and says to me, "Another one? Do you need it?" Yeah, I do. It's my new makeup.
Yeah, because I didn't have it, and now I don't need it anymore. See, problem solved.
Exactly.
Yep.
Now I've got no qualms whatsoever strolling down to the mom and pop hobby shop and dropping a couple of $100 every week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's like me. I've got a brick and mortar mom and pop that I can walk to within 5 minutes.
Damn.
If mine were walking distance, this would be worse. Mine are 10 minutes away by car minimum.
Yeah.
But they're in every direction. I've got 2 different hobby shops, 10 minutes either direction, east and west, and 2 tabletop gaming shops, one of which is a GW shop, Warhammer shop, 10 minutes north and south, the other direction.
Yeah. Oh, and on that note, Marcy.
And that's just local. That's just local. It gets worse as it gets further away.
Right next door to my brick and mortar mom and pop hobby shop is a brick and mortar gaming shop. So, yeah.
Well, our second gaming store is the guy Ian who runs that store. He used to be the manager at the Warhammer store, and when he left the Warhammer store to open up his own business, that gave us 2.
Yeah, so I mean, like I say, I've got that gaming shop and that hobby shop that I can walk to within 5 minutes.
It would be worse if I could walk.
And then
my little red wagon would be walking up there every day instead of once a week.
And then beyond that, I have a Michael's and a Hobby Lobby that I can drive to.
I haven't even talked craft store yet. That's separate. That's separate. That's even worse.
I've got 1 each that I can drive to in less than 10 minutes. I have 4 or 5 more each that I could drive to in less than 30 minutes. I have 3 Ollies in my area.
Yeah, I haven't even hit Ollie's yet. We're not talking about Ollie's yet. Yeah.
So
aside from the actual model and gaming shops, one of the model shops is a single mom and pop. The other is a small chain. They have 4 shops in 4 different cities. And the other 3 are less than an hour's drive.
Wow.
I have Ollie's 15 minutes away, just past one of the 4 of the small chain.
Can I have my card again?
The other way, I've got a Joanne Fabrics, which is a craft store, and the Michaels, which is also a craft store, both of which have some materials that are model related. If they're not model related, they have those little miniature scenes, the little dollhouse scenes. I do those too. So either way, it got me.
Yeah.
And then it goes out exponentially after those hours. For every hour past that, there's 2 more.
And what I like about the dollhouse stuff is for when building dioramas for my models, dollhouse furniture and stuff works amazingly wonderful for that.
Yep.
Yeah,
for
you
some
get
stuff, it's perfect.
You get the 124 scale, that's great. Or you get the 112 if it's a motorcycle or whatever.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, so full scale, or say, was it half scale and quarter scale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which most of my stuff is 24th, 25th.
So yeah, then you just get the smaller stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are talking about hobby stores. Now, I got to drive an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to get there. It used to be a lot less. You know what they opened up beside my hobby store? A restaurant bar. So I parked the girl. I parked the girlfriend there.
Get a burger and a cold one and then go next door.
No. I parked the girlfriend there. Make sure she's got a rum and coke or a Caesar or something. I go in the store. I come back. You okay? Need another one? Okay. I'll right back. Here. Get her a drink. Okay. And then I go back.
That's working.
Yeah, just leave her a handful of cash and quit making the extra trips.
All right.
Screwing your shopping
Well,
time
I think
up.
it's more to find out how much you had to drink already.
That just means you got to drive home.
Oh, we don't drive half the time. I just take the train at that point.
Oh, there you go. See, so
You know,
big deal.
I've got that guy, that quote unquote guy, who lives in the same city as I do, that Henry or Fred had issues with, and everybody else.
Oh, that dish canoe. Yeah, we all love it.
The guy that says there's no hobby shops.
Yeah.
It's like I get on a fucking train and I'm there in an hour.
Yeah.
Or
You can get a burger and a brew to boot.
if he's listening, I get on a bus and I'm there in 17 minutes. At the one that just opened up a year ago. It's like, you idiot.
Yeah, some people live in a bubble. What can you do?
It's like, you go shop at your Michaels. And by the way, I think the Michaels has whole 8 different kits and a total of 21 models.
Yeah.
Yeah, the craft stores are starting to phase out the model section.
They are. It's like, wow, what happened?
Yep. It's not profitable.
Well, no.
That's
That's
that's different, Dan.
How can it be profitable if you've got the same 10 models all the time?
Exactly. Yeah, and then
That's current.
you can go pick them up for 50% off one day or 30% off another. Or,
You can go
It's
to
kinda
Ollie's
different.
and get them for $10.
Yeah.
It's kind of different down here with craft stuff. It's actually picking up down here in Australia.
oh wow,
Yeah,
our
it's
craft stores are picking up, but not the model side.
Yeah,
No,
the
I saw
model
it.
side's getting phased out, and they're doing so much online that they're pretty close to not having brick and mortars anymore for craft stores.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
Young
like
Fabrics closed 300 stores last year.
the brick and mortar mom and pop hobby shop that I go to, the one that I can walk to in 5 minutes. They are having a hell of a time right now because they are having to compete with all the various online
Yeah.
shopping that you can do from
Like I said, that's why I don't go to the chain stores if I don't have to.
yeah.
I would rather spend the extra money in the mom and pop because I know I'm putting a steak on the table for my buddy John.
Right.
That's
My local in Toronto is the biggest actual model store in North America.
Mm-hmm.
They only sell models,
Hmm.
and it's a father son or nephew kind of thing, but
Yeah.
literally
The family business.
Wheel-
Yeah.
Wheels and Wings is 2 floors of models.
Oh,
And if
no.
it's new and it comes out, they got it. They buy
Mhm.
truckloads. They did this a couple years ago. They bought 2
Yeah.
18-wheelers full from some guy's collection. They're
I'm
never
done.
going to run out of models.
That's a good model shop then.
Oh, dude, and paint, whatever, intelligent, smart.
Yep.
Oh, it's so I'm so spoiled when I go there,
Right.
No.
I
and I feel sorry for my new guy or my old guy where I used to go when I lived in Markham. He shut down and he had everything going too, but he liked models, but mostly Gundams. They were selling a lot of Gundams stuff, but they shut
Yeah.
down and went online only. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. My wife passed away and I had to move away that I wasn't buying a model every 3 or 4 days.
I mean, it's like, if I had a place like Wheels and Wings,
Oh,
I could
dude.
spend 3 paychecks in one shopping trip.
Oh, easy. without even trying. I walk in there, and it blows my mind. Even it's like I walk in there and I pick up this, I see that, and I walk out and I went, how did I spend $100?
Yeah, your store, Andrew, is like J Bar Hobbies. J Bar's here in Tecumseh, Michigan.
Yeah.
And they are just row after row after row.
Do
after
they have
row
RC
after
there?
row, ceiling to floor.
Yeah. Do they have RC?
Yeah.
These guys don't. It's literally.
Yeah, they have a tiny little, like, half an aisle.
Yeah. It's so crazy. And if I order something, I say, I'll go, oh, I want this, I want that. Can you find this? 4 hours later, I get a text message. Text message, it's there. He's like, it's on the way.
Yeah.
It'll cost me, but it's coming.
Well,
Like I have an F-18 app, and it's going to be Diamondbacks.
yeah.
And it's literally the one with the big snake on the back, red tail with a snake.
That's like
Way out of production decals. They found them for me.
with the
I think I've seen a bit of that
Anything
one.
to be had. If you have the right network, you can find anything.
yeah. Well, the brick and mortar that I have 5 minutes away by foot, if they don't have it on their shelf, 9 times out of 10 they can get it in.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare that if you ask for a special order item, they can't get it for you.
I have never had a problem getting anything I've requested. If John and Melissa can't get it from Stevens Enterprises directly, I just get a hold of Dean. The guy I told you about, that he closed his brick and mortar and he does nothing but tour all over the country doing the shows.
Mm-hmm.
He still, buys and sells collections and everything, but he's basically a moving hobby shop. And at the last day of the show, or at the end of the show, the last hour, everything on his table is 50% off.
Oh, nice.
He's the reason I go back to my car 3 times.
Right?
And I walk an American football field because I park my happy ass in the back of the parking lot, and I earn that walk.
Yeah.
See, right around my area here, we used to have a lot of model shops, but the rent has killed model shops around here. So now I've got to go into the city, the CBD here, and that's something like 40 minutes away. So
And their overhead is bigger, so you pay more money.
yeah. But killed them around here, and they ended up closing down, and now it's going into the CBD, which is not fun parking around the city area, that's for sure.
Oh, we don't have a problem with parking. We have a garage that goes underground. It's got street level parking, and then there's 5 tiers below ground, and then there's every other block there's a parking structure.
Okay.
And we're college town, so we got places to park the cars, and you don't have to look at them. They're hidden away, tucked in corners.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can park inside if you go on the right day and the right time of the day. Like if you want to go for the weekend and go to dinner or go for a drink or whatever, you go after 6 o'clock, and street parking is free.
Girl.
Hey, Mike.
Now I was girlfriend's looking at me funny. I was like, I didn't fart.
You got strong winds up there now.
Where's the dog?
I have a dog.
Where's my dog,
Being infested by parking tree spiders.
Oh my God.
And to answer your question, Hurricane, I'm still working on my 37 Ford pickup. It's spend more time talking on the lives than I do building.
Yeah, I've spent more time talking than working on my Silverado wedge bed bash that I'm doing for my senior build. But
this is my senior build.
That's what I'm working on. Not that I'm doing much work.
Well, I got my 48-hour group build going, and I'm working on the Mustangs.
I literally have stopped working on my Porsche for the 48-hour build because anybody knows this Porsche. When you see the video, it's a 24-hour build.
See you, Mike.
Everybody
Yeah,
looks
now
at
you
it. Oh, look at all the decals. And decals are easy. Decals are easy. Oh, who do we got?
Well, Mike, you can pop in with this. I'm working on my 48-hour build and my Mustang.
Yeah, if he pops in, his build won't get done. See you, Mike.
Yeah, Mike's kind of like most of the rest of us. If he pops in and goes on camera, building. I mean, every once in a while, I'm able to sit there and actually work on whatever it is I'm doing while I've got my camera on. But for the most part, if I've got my camera on, I ain't doing shit.
Yeah, I try to work on a lot of my models, and while I've got see who's around, but I end up chatting to a lot of people and doing models.
Hey, Dream Big, how you doing, brother? Oh.
But this is what I'm working on at the moment. This is an Aussie car, okay? So
I hear a lot of chirping.
Oh, what do you got?
Those
You
are
got a
birds.
Holden or something?
yeah, this is a XY Ford GT.
Cool.
We don't
So-
see that stuff here ever.
That's a shake that comes out through the bonnet there. So that's that, and that's the motor, 351 engine. That's that so far, and that's the back, which I got to put the GT on it. So these kits are for a an Australian made company, DDA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's an Australian. They
Can I
make
get those? Can you get those on what's that Australian online site?
I've heard a can pop. Toss me one.
There's an Australian website that I get all my a lot of military figures from.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not too sure on the military stuff. I don't do. The only thing I do
Well,
is
no,
on
Spot
sort-
Model. I think it's Spot Model or something.
spot
Spotlight.
model.
Spotlight. They're here.
No, that's Spotlight. There's Spot Models. There's. Yeah, what it was.
Really?
I actually got my.
I know we-
Spotlight.
I know we sort of like got paints down here, outlaw paints.
Yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah.
guys got a new paint.
Hmm.
We know the outlaw guys. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
did the trunk deck on that car, on that kit, come molded open like that, or did you have to cut that?
No, it came like that. That's the body just comes like that, all in white, and then I've got to paint it up.
Okay, and so the trunk lid, it opens up then?
Yep, it opens up. Yep,
Cool.
that'll open up to sort of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
that'll open up. So that DDA stands for basically this Australian company. They mainly do die cast, but now they're leaning into sort of like the plastic models
Mm-hmm.
as well. So they're basically a die cast company. But that's, where do I have? Oh, that's the box here. I'll get the box. So that's what it is.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So if you want to display your model, so you got that picture there,
Oh wow, yeah, that's a nice box. I like that.
yeah, and you got this cut
Platform.
here.
Yeah.
that's it's sort of like material. So you put it in there.
Totally. Somebody needs to like do that. I like that.
That is cool.
I have
You put it
never
in there
seen
like
a
that,
company
and you can
go
display
full
your
tilt
car like that.
for display. That's a really nice package. That yeah.
That is
Yeah.
cool.
It's it's a good thing that you can utilize the box in this way to display your model.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because with the model boxes that we get here in the States,
Mhm.
looking kind of like this,
It's a box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
That box actually looks pretty good though.
just your standard model box. Generally, what I'll
Okay.
do with them is after I've built a kit, I
Oh,
cut
you
the
cut
top
them.
off.
I flatten
Right.
them out.
I cut the top off, save the top, and absolutely everything else goes into file 13.
Yep.
Oh, stupid camera.
But that's what I'm working on at the moment is this one, and then I've got my bigger project to get on with. It's a 1/200 scale that I'm going to be working on pretty soon.
Come on.
Okay, let's see. American, Japanese, or British?
American.
Hey, Don, how you doing, brother?
So the New Jersey?
Sorry?
The New Jersey?
No, it's the Enterprise.
The World War II version?
Aircraft carrier.
Yeah, no, the World War II version?
Yes, 1941. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. It's USS Enterprise SV6.
Yeah. Damn. Big E.
Yeah, it's what is it in length? Nearly 1.3 meters long.
That's about 4 feet.
Yeah. Yep. So that one will take me about 2 to 3 years, I reckon.
Does it come with the plane?
Because
You get the
yes, it
plane?
does. It does come with the free planes.
Just free?
SBDs.
Is there a way of getting like 30 more?
Oh, you can get more. You definitely can get more. Comes with the SBDs, Wildcats, and what's the third one that it had? I can't remember what the third lot is, but
Maybe
I'll
Avengers
show
or
you.
something?
I'll show you what it looks like.
Oh, I want I've always
that's
looked at
it
I knew it. I love Kit too, yeah.
Yeah, which is basically Trumpeter.
Yeah, it's a whole conglomerate. Trumpeter, Hobby Boss, and I love Kit.
Yeah, yep. So there's the I don't know if you guys can see that, the length and everything up there.
Jesus. That's sick.
Yeah,
That makes Bismarck and everything look tiny.
yeah. Then of course I do a bit of Lego as well while I'm waiting for paint to dry.
Everybody does Legos, man.
He's got the Hedwig too. That's
Yeah, while I'm waiting for paint to dry, I do a bit of Lego. Or start on another model.
Yeah. That's how you stop working on the model you're working on. Don't ever do that again.
Nah. I actually tried to work on 2 models at once, but I'll never do it again. And that was the F-35A Lightning
Oh. Which one?
and
Yeah.
the F-35B Lightning. Because they're both the same color paint scheme.
Yeah.
The insane paint scheme.
I can have any number going at one time, but I'll never have 2 that are even remotely alike, so there's no confusion or problems.
Yeah.
So which models F-35s did you get? Were you working on?
This is the F-35A down here. Oh, can you guys see that one? Hang on, that one there.
So that's 48 scale. Sick.
Yeah, yeah. The
Was that Italy or Tamiya?
no, it's to me.
Okay,
The
I've got the B.
yeah, the elevated takeoff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
I've
wait
got
till
that
somebody
one.
comes out. I can't wait till Tamiya does the C.
Yeah,
It'll
to
be
me, I
bigger.
haven't brought out the C. I think it's who has brought out the C? I've got the C, but it's not
It's Kitty
trumpeter.
Hawk or Trumpeter or Kitty Hawk or something.
It might be trumpeter.
Yeah,
I think it's
but I was
trumpeter,
like,
and the F-35C is the biggest out of the F-35 because it can go on
Yeah.
the carrier.
I know, and I was like, I can't wait till Tamiya tries to come up with that one.
They're taking their sweet ass time. They're doesn't sound like they're going to do anything about it. Where they're going to bring one out or not?
Oh, they'll bring one out. They just brought out the B in the last year.
Yeah.
There's no way they won't. They have to bring it out. I mean, I still haven't figured out if it. I have to buy a. I don't want to fork out the cash for it, but I want to see a Italy F-35B and see the
Okay.
actual screws side by side, because Italy and Tamiya always have a habit of they cooperate a lot.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So I was like the 72nd scale stuff. Some of that stuff's actually Italy Tamiya coming together. So if you see an Italy version, it actually could be the Tamiya, or vice versa.
I've only got one Italy model actually, and I haven't started it.
Is it a plane?
Because I've never done the Italy. No, it's a motorbike actually.
Oh,
It's a 1/9 scale. What's his name? I can't think of the bloke's name, but yeah, it's a 1/9 scale motorbike.
like I think I know the one you mean. Is
Yeah, it's very old, like
like the old
60s.
cafe type cafe style racer.
Yeah.
It's work,
Uh,
but it's fun. Like I built the Italy Triumph.
yep.
Amazing bike.
Yep.
I
Yep.
turned mine into a bobber, but it's an amazing bike.
Because when I open the box to have a look at it, it's actually got a rubber chain.
Yeah, they do. But
Yeah.
which is thank God. Could you imagine trying to build on a 1/9 scale chain, one piece at a time?
Unfortunately, it's not going to look good with all the 15 MotoGP bikes that I've already done. It'll look too big, so I'll have to put it somewhere else.
Yeah. The only Italy kit I have is a 1/16 Mercedes 300 SL Gullwing. And the only reason I even have that one is my boss got that for me for Christmas this past Christmas.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
actually a mini craft kit, actually.
Is it?
Yep. Revell, Italy, and mini craft, but that's actually a mini craft kit. That mold's a whore. It's gone all around the world.
Yeah.
But it's not a great kit, but it's a nice kit if you just want to have fun and actually have a gull wing.
Yeah.
And then you can add all the details you want because it's a big enough scale that you can
Yeah. Yeah.
add
And
a
like I say, my
metal part.
boss this past Christmas, first he gives me a $100 Amazon gift card, which
Well,
I
that's a good one.
immediately used to order up the. I actually managed to find an AMT Ertl Kennepa Kenworth T600A, or was it the Revell Germany Peterbilt? It was one of those two that I spent the $100 gift card on. And then he also ordered specifically for me the Italy 16th scale Gullwing. So, yeah, I've got a pretty good boss.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Looks after you real well.
Yeah. Well, that, and, I mean, he lets me sublet one of the rooms here in the office.
Okay.
Our shop that we have, it's an upstairs downstairs duplex, and the property owner had converted the ground floor to a full commercial kitchen years and years and years ago, and we wound up renting that and using that for our kitchen space for the catering company that we are. And the family that was living upstairs here when we first moved into the kitchen, several months later, they wound up moving out and going elsewhere. So the boss was like, well, you know what? We need office space. We need a little bit more storage space. I'm just going to rent the upstairs too. And there was one of because in the upstairs is just a standard 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. And one of the rooms just wasn't being used. And I wound up needing a place to go because I'd gotten into an argument with my previous landlord, and I only had a verbal agreement with him for living there. Didn't actually have a written lease. So because he and I'd gotten into an argument over maintenance issues that
Something
he
he
had
was
known
responsible
about
for.
a while, over a year, because, and I know he did because I pointed these specific issues out to him. And I told him, I said, look, Mr. Brown, you're going to have to do something about these maintenance issues that I know you know about because I pointed them out to you myself. And within a week, I'm going to have to see somebody coming out here to at least do estimates on what it is going to take to get these issues repaired. Or I'm going to have to go to the housing authority about it. It's been way too long for this. Like, right, well, Mr. Hood, it's been nice having you here, but I need you to pack your shit and get the hell out now. And because all I had was a verbal agreement for the lease, nothing I could do. And boss was like, well, I'll tell you what. Got this room over here at the office that we're not using for anything else. You agree to pay $800 a month, all bills paid, including the internet? And you got it.
Wow.
So
that's good.
And it also provides the boss with effectively on-site security because, we've got all sorts of equipment out in the garage. We've got all the kitchen equipment and food and everything downstairs below me. We've got the office gear, the printer and everything out in the living room. So,
That's good.
Works out for both of us.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, guys. The wife's going to bed, or girlfriend's going to bed. I guess that I better get off of here.
All right.
I'll go on and listen to you guys on the headset.
All right.
All right.
I know.
No worries.
Andrew, it's nice to meet you, and have a good night, brother. But and say dream big. For as big as that CV6 is going to be, as is, just imagine how big it would be if it were 1/48 scale.
That
That would be a big boat.
that would be a mind-boggling. That one would.
Yeah, I've seen the Missouri in 1/48 scale, and it's massive.
Wow.
Yeah,
Chicago built it 1/48 scale USS Missouri.
yeah. I don't know how I'm going to do this as a YouTube thing because it's just. I think people get sick of it if I just constantly put like episode 1, episode 2. It could go up to episode 66 to 100 or something like that. Who knows?
Yeah.
There's a guy on here. His name's Ron Cavalriel. He builds his ships. his episodes per unit are over thousands.
Over
So,
1,000. Wow.
some are 2,000 or 3,000 episodes.
Is he losing people?
No.
Sort of like getting
No.
disinterested in it?
All he builds is ships. That's all he does.
Wow.
And
Okay.
occasionally he'll, like when the weather's nice, like now, he's got this little motorbike and he goes puttering around and he takes us with him on a roll about town. He goes to the hobby store or just goes riding, you know. But
Yep.
all he does is ships.
Wow. Because I was thinking I was going to have to do it so like maybe, I don't know, once a month like I do with these die-cast models that I put together from, I don't know if you heard them, from Agora, Hatchet.
Yeah.
Sort of like those companies where, you know, I do an episode once a month of them.
It's like Dream Big just put in the YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
a lot of people do those once a
Content.
month things for the subscription kits.
Yep. I've only, well, one I'm doing as a die-cast model at the moment is the Batman Tumbler. So that one's coming along nicely, and I don't know if you can just see over my shoulder here. You might get a glimpse of that Terminator.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see him. The Terminator endoskeleton. Yeah, I see him.
Yeah. So that's another
Here's
one.
Ron- Here's Ron's
Sorry?
channel. Ron's channel's out in the chat, the shipbuilder. I'm going to check him out if you're not sub to him because he's
Okay.
awesome to watch. He's also really into photography and he's got cameras rigged up where you can see outside the house. You can see how bad winter gets up there for him and everything.
Yep.
It's like really interesting to watch work.
Okay.
He's an older retired fella.
It's sort of like, so they're the kinds of things I do as well, die-cast models, as well as, you know, I don't put that much Lego stuff on, but my wife does a little bit of Lego. She does these things called Lego heads or something like that, block heads or something, whatever they are. I whack them on for her. She's a bit camera shy, so yeah. No, what else? World War II planes I do. Yeah, Formula Ones, GP bikes, hot rods. My son does all these crazy Nissan cars, you know, and drift cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he does all that. He's more adventurous than I am. I kind of sort of like stick to the model colours. This model here, I'm waiting on the 2K paint to come in. I've tried that SMS 2K. It's not for me. I've gone to a I don't know if you heard of him, Pro Scale Paint.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try that. And plus, I've got 2 weeks off work at the moment, and my wife is away in Queensland at the moment. So,
Gotta have
yeah,
something.
don't.
Oh, you got
Sorry?
plenty to do.
Sorry, say that again.
Gotta have something to do.
Oh yes, yep.
Work, no wife. Shoot, party time.
Exactly right. Yep. She's gone. The house is quiet. She's gone up to Queensland to see her parents, and I've got 2 weeks off work, so I can do models.
You're unsupervised.
Happy time.
What could go wrong?
Sorry.
You're unsupervised. What could go wrong?
Well, if it were me, yeah.
I better not say too much. She could be watching from Queensland.
He is evidently figured out which way this exhaust is supposed to go.
Yeah.
I just got some decals from a guy in Queensland, and they're amazing. I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember his name though.
It's
Probably
kind of
look it
one
up.
of those deals that mom likes it when I check in once, maybe twice a day. Because she's like, yeah, son, I know you. I know how you are.
Yeah, you're a grown ass man, so what you do is your problem.
And so she's like, and I already know that if you don't have it in your mind that you need to check in with me, at least just text and let me know how you're doing.
Mm.
If you don't have that in your mind, you're gonna do something stupid.
Mhm.
Thanks,
Yes.
Mom. Okay. How's good this week?
East goes by Custom Hobby Decals on eBay,
Oh yeah, this place is cool.
and he's from Queensland. It
Okay.
took about 10 days for the decals to get here to the U.S. from him.
Yep.
He's got a little bit of everything in there. I got the. I'll show him here in a second. I got a set of the Bandit Trans Am ones from him.
Actually, I'll keep him in mind.
There's the set. I got the chrome ones.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's all done in the metallic silver, so they got like the chrome sheen to them.
Yeah, they're nice.
I've got a car that's going to be a purple Trans Am with those silver
Yep.
on them.
Yep.
Yeah, the price was real reasonable, and say they came from Queensland to here. I got them in about 10 or 11 days after he mailed them.
Yeah, 10 days is about average from most other countries to us one way. It's just what the Postal Service does with things once they get here.
Right.
Yeah, they got here.
Sending it out of the country, you're good, you're golden. But if it's got to travel in country or travel into the country, fucking forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to Chicago in like 2 days after he mailed them, and then they sat there in customs for 3 or 4 days, and then they finally went on their journey all across America before they came to me.
Mm. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off now. I've got some spraying to do, I guess. It'll sound too loud.
All right, I'm happy to have you in.
Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for letting me jump on, and thank you for all you guys out there for subscribing to my channel as well. I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem.
Good to go.
All right.
Yeah. Have a
See
good
ya.
one.
Bye.
Okay, that's about the most confusing routing for an exhaust system I've ever seen, but I figured it out. Gotta make something so simple so damn complicated.
Okay. Oh, we got the paint on the Illumicoupe. That's the Tamiya Pearl Yellow.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
that is a cool looking little car.
And so tomorrow we can
Take a picture of this because I'm gonna take it
work
back
on it.
apart and I will forget what it looks like.
I got the P51 ready for my sealer coat, so we get that on there probably tomorrow. I might do it tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Getting the paint on the interior for the Mustang. We're gonna do a two-tone. So I can keep my hands from shaking.
That's part of the reason why when I'm doing interiors, I use this 20-aught spotter. Granted, it makes it touch paint, touch plastic, touch paint, touch plastic, touch paint, touch plastic, touch paint, touch plastic. But by doing that, that's how I'm able to get interiors that look like this without masking. And I do have a little bit of touch up there in that back seat to do, but if I keep from dropping my stupid paintbrush.
That's not going to go together clean at all. I don't like that.
Okay, like that. A little black wash for the carpet. We can work on. I should probably do the steering wheel too. Do the steering wheel. Where's my? There it is. Okay. All righty. Okay, we'll go to about 11 o'clock and then I'm going to shut her down.
Yeah, I gotta get going. I gotta go guys night mess and see if my movie buddy wants to watch a movie tonight or we're going to sleep early.
And I have to check too because I should by 90 days for YouTube should be up for that. I should be able to try to remonetize again.
Well, maybe. I was gonna ask you about that. You didn't get an email or anything?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, go click through on your, what do you call it, your dashboard and see. Now watch them find some other stupid reason to not do it.
Well, if they do, I'm going to fight it this time because the last one was stupid, but I could kind of see it. But this one, if they do it again, I have nothing that would be copyrighted anywhere, anything like that. So. Even the last one should have qualified under fair use, but
Yeah, because it wasn't hardly any use at all.
it was just stills from a still picture from a movie. But yeah, we'll see. I should be able to do it. I can see it this week or next week. My 90 days are up, so we'll see what happens. Not that I'm going to make any money doing it, but
Well, I mean, even if it buys a bottle of glue every month, it's just supply you don't have to put money out for it.
yeah, I mean, if I can get enough to pay for the StreamYard subscription, that's all I'm
Right.
doing.
Yeah.
Well, $200 and something per year. I mean, that's about all I really want.
That's all I would ever want to have is just enough to cover the cost for the live software. Like I said, if there's a little bit extra, use the best plug. You always need glue or sanders or something.
Super Chrome. I need some more Super Chrome.
Right? that bottle of Super Chrome is going to last me forever.
No, it's almost gone. I've had it almost a year.
Well, you build a lot more cars and stuff that requires chrome than I do, so it's going to last me a long time.
There's about a quarter of it left, maybe a little less than a quarter in there. But yeah, it's lasted me basically a year or close to it.
Yeah, if it's lasted you a year, it's going to last me 4 or 5.
It's like me, something that I'm hoping to be able to have the spare cash for to be able to justify the cost of is a can of that Revell Chrome.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it, but $30 for a Revell can.
Yeah, that's what's been holding me back.
Yeah, but then, I got to look at it this way too. I don't have a problem going to the hobby shop and dropping 3 bones a week. Or going into VW and dropping a couple of $100 for a board game.
Yeah.
So how can I whine about a Revell can of chrome, right?
Well, I mean,
those other things I'm going to have for a long, long time. This is going to get used.
Yeah. I mean, it's like every time I go into G&G, I mean, yeah, I only go there generally every other week, right around payday. But when I do go there,
I don't get paid bi-weekly, so that's another thing. I wish we did, because I would spend a whole lot less money in there if I did.
Yeah. Well, see, my paychecks are every other week, so. But when I do go to G&G, I don't ever walk out of there without spending almost $200. Yeah, the Revell Chrome, that's even Frank over at Frank's Model Works has switched from doing what he used to do with, I forget what brand chrome that he used to use out of his airbrush for redoing his chrome stuff. And
wasn't he spraying Molotov, or was it AK?
It may have been AK. I think it was AK. He was.
I really like the AK chrome, and for the amount that I use it, it's a fair price for the container size.
Yeah.
So, and plus, you get the.
But
I got the cleaner with it too. I got the thinner and the chrome.
But yeah, Frank had been doing the prime it, spray it gloss black, and then spray it whatever brand of chrome it was he was using.
Yeah.
But now he's switched to Revell rattle can.
Yeah, they're saying that the application process is easier. So,
Yeah, because with Revell chrome spray, you don't even have to prime it, let alone put a gloss black base on it like you do most other chromes.
yeah.
You can spray that just straight over bare plastic.
I spray my wheel straight the resin straight over of the super chrome, right over the resin. I don't black base it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he gets really nice results doing that too. So
But yeah, that would be the only difference between the Revell chrome would have to be way better than the super chrome just for cost effectiveness and whatnot.
only using chrome for rims. If you're doing cars, you know, but the stuff that I do or that I will be doing are older vehicles with a lot of trim work. So I'm still going to be using the chrome well beyond the wheels.
I mean, it's like,
But I mean, I'm happy with the AK Chrome Pro. I've used it on a couple of my minis as a bright highlight for weapons and different metal,
yeah.
and it looks really nice on there. So for
But
what
I
I
look at it.
really use it for the most part right now, it's fine.
I might eventually pick one up, yeah, but for right now I'm just fine with the AK Super Chrome. It does what I need to do.
Yeah, well, I usually get gift cards and gift certificates and stuff like that for my birthday because people, they don't want to buy me model kits because they don't know what I have, or what's on my wish list is outside their budget or whatever, you know. So they'll just give me gift cards. So if I get like a Visa gift card or whatever, you know, I'll probably throw it at that.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna get myself out of here, go medicate the old man, and
Right
probably watch a movie with my movie buddy. And then I gotta get up at stupid o'clock to take my son to work.
I mean, even though I work tomorrow, thankfully, I don't have to be at work early. Yeah, I don't clock in until 3 p.m., but
he works at 9 in the morning, so I have to be upright and able to drive by 8:30.
yeah. I mean, like I say, I don't clock in till 3 p.m. tomorrow, but I'm scheduled till 10 p.m. So, but then again, like I say, we're we're contracted as some of the concession vendors for the SaberCats. So, and since this is the first playoff game for the American professional rugby season, yeah, we're probably going to be a little bit busy.
All right, I'm out of here, guys. I will see you tomorrow, later, whenever, whatever.
Yeah, probably be on Brian's tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably show up and curious to see what happens considering the last week. I'll see y'all later.
All right. Good night, Marcy.
Bye.
Yeah, well, thank everybody for coming in tonight. We're gonna go ahead and shut this down because we're coming up on 11 o'clock here in the central of the U.S. and I'm getting hungry. So.
And I'm getting tired. So I will see y'all. Bob, thank you for hosting, and everybody in the chat. It's great seeing y'all again, and hopefully I don't have another week-long power outage anytime soon, preventing me from being able to be online or anything like that. So y'all have a great night. and kiss my ass.
Good night, Dad. Yeah, we should be on Brian's tomorrow night if he has one. So thanks, like I said. Thanks everybody for stopping in tonight. We'll see you next time.